worker has requested the Foundation's assistance. Due to a mysterious change in the smog, they've been experiencing extraordinary rates of tuberculosis. We need someone experienced in medicine to go to London and investigate.
Miss Truth Fairy, I'm Brimley, the ranger colleague of Arthur Fogg. There's a lot more going on here than meets the eye. Miss! Watch your head!
Are you here for the Uluru Games? Here in Cross Street, we're all celebrating the upcoming Uluru qualifiers. I'm Flutterpage. I wake everyone up in the morning. The most amazing witch lives here too. These snails are for her to eat.
Is she French?
Why? You've seen her in France? I've never even seen her leave the house.
It's all because of her, that Fog Hag. She's the one who created the Black Fog. She's cast us.
To protect the health of all involved, the London Uluru qualifiers have been cancelled.
Why should I care? I'm no athlete. I've only got one leg, just like I've nothing to do with the Uluru Games.
The qualifiers would have held the floor ritual.
She was a once-in-a-generation floor ritualist.
We'll just have to hold our own games.
Have you forgotten about the challenge, Charlotte O'Hagan?
I don't care what anyone thinks. So, I'm the first special competitor in the Uluru Games. To be sure, there will be a second, a third. I'll not be special anymore. But they will remember me. Not for my broken leg, no, but for what I can do.
You're so cute when you nap on the sofa, all scrunched up like a little kitten. Huh? Was I not supposed to look at you? What's the difference if you were sleeping? Hello, call me Flutterpage. I used to live in Millwall with my mum and dad and sister. Higher than a bell tower, and even the clouds!
Once a slouch hat, now a fedora. You can change the appearance, but not the heart. I'll always be that cheerful ranger committed to justice. And no matter what, I'll still be made from that pure Aussie wool. Just as any true ranger would.
Good morning, Mr. Golden Sun. Сука, блядь, swallow my exhaust! Ha!
Kill her.
No.
Kill Lurton.
No, I won't.
Obey your master. Kill her. Follow your instincts. Follow my orders. Obey. Kill her now.
Hey. I said no.
What? But they have paved a path for us. The Apostles' Brotherhood will become their followers, undertake their trials, and embrace their grace.
We all need the miracles they bestow. We will be immortal. Fire!
What reason could you have to kill your own men?
They mutinied and killed their superior officer. The Apostles' Brotherhood may have infiltrated our base.
The Apostles' Brotherhood?
A notorious gang from the streets of São Paulo. Our intel suggests Manus Vindicta's presence too.
Sao Paulo. There isn't anything for me there. No dances. No feasts. Nothing.
In this city, Arcanists and humans live side by side. Both are equally passionate, albeit touchy. Violence is far from a means to an end here. It's a tool. And one all too readily used.
Wait!
My apologies. It seems I've killed the wrong people. I remember those nights when fireworks lit up the night, and people danced under a rain of petals until breaking dawn. Finally, it's just you and me, Master. Oh, I see. Oh, you must be quite the singer yourself, right? Come on, sing us a song. Shall I, Master?
Hey, I'm tougher than I look, you know. Not even Xeno's brutal training could knock me down. That's what it's all about. Life or death battle, and victory. I never miss. Most of the time, anyway. Give this a taste.
Skip the warm-up. I'm always ready to jump into the action. Hola, kid. It's me, Duncan, your old friend.
You can take the helm. I trust you. Yo ho ho! Ship's in fine shape, and the bones have got nary a scratch either. Avast, matey!
The sparkling of the sea, the shimmering of scales.
Okay. All right. Oh boy. All right. All right. All right. Oh, is it gonna force me through a tutorial right now? Or not? No, wait, no, yeah, it is. Damn, man. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I don't want to do this right now. Here, apparently you catch the trailer for 2.6. I have been avoiding the trailers, but I have seen the characters and the skins. Owlette looks cool as hell, man. Discussion that I'm good. Alright. Yeah, my throat's a little bit sore. I'm hoping it'll go away. Or at least it won't be too much of a bother. Holy shit, they gave us a lot of stuff. Oh right, because they give you enough to do one, right? One for Euphoria. I think we do Lilia. Yes. Oh, that's right. This patch is shorter. Let's see. Tenant. I'm not too terribly interested in the Tenant skin, if I'm being honest. I don't use Tenant. I think it's supposed to be a new exchange code too. Oh wait, I didn't do the Fog Hag one. Was there one after that as well? Easy peasy. Hey Mask, welcome in. Just running through some stuff real quick. I just want to make sure I'm cleared out on stuff before we get started on the event. Or yeah, it's an event. Sorry. I have been neglecting this. Trades. No games. Oh, okay. Hang on. I turned something off again. I might have actually. Hold on, one moment. We can fix this. First, I'll print this up a bit. There we go. Yeah, it was on mute. Well, good thing we didn't start anything too terribly important. New code should be dreamlike time. Okay. Let me go ahead and toss that in then. Why is this not going away? One moment, my thing is being weird. Back? We're back. Cool. Cool. Dreamlike time, huh? Nice. Alright, let me clear out one run so I don't have to worry about stamina, and then we'll get right to it. Oh shit, I still have to do art song for this week, or for this cycle. I'll do that later. I can do this later. Let's farm, I guess, just one run of this.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
The lore that is in the new game mode is interesting, that it is where the memories of those who are taken up by the storm get mixed up. Oh, that's interesting. So there's like a repository of all these just random people who have been stormed off. So they still exist somewhere then. That's really interesting.
Victory secured. I should excuse myself.
Okay. You do that, Six. Alright. I think we are all set. I cannot think of anything else we need to clear out. I am not planning on rolling for Willow, so that's that. However, there's this fucking thing, man. I actually only need Gruvis still. If I get Lopera early, I'll do like one roll on this, since it's 30% discounted. But that's not until next half. Alright, let's do it.
The Fog Walker has requested the Foundation's assistance. Due to a mysterious change in the smog, they've been experiencing extraordinary rates of tuberculosis. We need someone experienced in medicine to go to London and investigate.
Miss Tooth Fairy, I'm Brimley, the ranger colleague of Arthur Fogg. There's a lot more going on here than meets the eye.
Let me know if it's too loud.
Miss! Watch your head!
OBS is showing that it's kind of getting high on volume.
Games? Here in Cross Street, we're all celebrating the upcoming Uluru
I believe the full event is 20 stages long. Yeah, we're definitely not getting through it
I'm
tonight.
Flutterpage. I wake everyone up in the morning.
Depending on how I feel tomorrow, I think I might stream it. It'll be a later stream than usual, though.
These snails
But I
are
would
hard
like to get through
eat.
this event as quickly as possible.
Is she French?
Why? You've seen her in France?
20 stages,
never
so about
even
4
seen her
hours-ish,
perhaps.
I guess.
It's all because of her, that Fog Hag.
Okay.
She's the one who created the Black Fog. She's cast us.
To protect the health of all involved, the London Uluru qualifiers
4 to 6 hours?
have
Okay,
been
that's so about pretty standard then.
Why should I care?
Ish,
I'm no
depending on
athlete.
like where we
I've
fall
only
on
got
there.
one leg, just like I've nothing to do with the Uluru Games.
The qualifiers would have held the floor ritual.
She was a once-in-a-generation floor ritualist.
We'll just have to hold our own games.
Have you forgotten about the challenge? Charlotte O'Hagan?
I don't care what anyone thinks.
Go. Do it. Yeah, we're getting smogged on. What is this? Oh, it's just Limbo. They have it here now. Alright, we have to do this as well. Shit. What is this? Is this a different game mode? Okay. Alright. Enter. First day back in London. Start. First day back.
I'm ready to go.
Please fasten your seatbelt, miss. We're setting off now. You ever been to London, miss?
In London?
Yes, a long time ago.
Long, eh? 5 years? 10 years?
Longer than that.
Come on, Van. How long? You don't look 100 years old. The hospital is 2 streets away. Oh, by the way, it's been a
Yo, hey, welcome in, Celebrate. How are you?
And then he'll show
Eventually
you
started
around the
looking for
hospital.
animation about the story, and I couldn't find anything about this
I don't
version.
see
Oh,
why we need to make a big deal.
was this version
of a
just kind of
simple visit.
overshadowed by everything around it?
Couldn't agree more, miss. But as this is an official visit by Mr. Fogg, as a servant of the Crown, you can rightly
Mr.
expect
Fogg.
that they're going to have the old place decked out like Christmas.
Thank you for taking me there directly.
Puppet Arena is a weird
I will
auto.
go to
Oh,
Mr. Fogg's
auto battle.
office
Right,
after
I
my
forgot about
visit.
that.
You can leave
Right,
without
right,
me.
right.
I think I'd like to take the underground.
The
Tube?
underground. The
You
Tube.
won't like it, miss. Not the kind of place for a decent young lady. I'll wait here for you, love. I'll do my best not to crack into my flask of whiskey while I wait.
That's not what you want to hear from your
Thank you.
driver.
I'll be
Damn.
back soon.
What happened here? Fire open. Willow, London. When is this taking place? At what point in the timeline, I wonder?
How are things at SPDM, Tooth Fairy? I'm hearing rave reviews about their school physician.
I'm glad to hear it. Young children are particularly easy to soothe. A few candies and they behave just fine. A
I'm
little
not
toffee
used to seeing
or
her
a nibble
smile.
of a fruity sweet, and they've forgotten all about the Tooth Fairy's taste.
Tooth Fairies
A
taste
proper
good
dose
though.
of
It's
sweets
like plum
serves
and
to
mint,
calm
right?
the nervous system, and that doesn't just apply to kids.
Hey TTT, welcome in. How are you? She pulls a piece of milk candy out of her pocket and softly places it beside Madame Z's mug of strong tea.
Your work here is undoubtedly busier than mine at SPDM. Besides, you're directly responsible for our timekeeper, the little troublemaker.
Oh, is this like a past arc?
But I am sure you didn't summon me here
Or is this
all
just
for a
this
little
is just a
chit-chat.
specific flashback? Madame Z unwraps the candy and places it in her mouth, allowing it to slowly dissolve. Then she places a stack of papers on the table before Tooth Fairy.
The Foundation has now confirmed the correlation between social turmoil and the emergence of the storm. Our branches around the world are now making efforts to collect information on this key
Okay, so
social
this is
movement.
definitely in the past.
As you may know, there was a strike that has only just ended in London. And there is something I'd like to show you, besides the strike itself.
Tooth Fairy rapidly flips through the papers. She quickly spots the crucial element. Find it in the first chapter of my book from 12 pages to 10. Oh, that's always the hardest part, man. Like editing and then cutting stuff out. It's a pain in the ass.
Cases of TB. Compared to our records before the storm, TB morbidity rates are extraordinarily high, approaching levels that shouldn't be seen until the Great Smog of 1952. Our Mr. Fog, the fog walker, has also reported that there is something unusual about the composition of the fog.
So, we need an insider with knowledge of the storm to visit London, ideally one with a medical background. I see.
Rough 2 pages, damn. Yeah, no, editing is rough, man. I always hated doing it.
I know, your winter vacation just started. But I'm sure you understand the dire situation we find ourselves in. I'll apply for a special allowance for this field mission. What do you say?
I'd be happy to go. Perhaps I'll collect some rare teeth from this era.
I wish Blue Puck would kill one of the main characters permanently, i.e. Burton, and maybe Lilia too. It's iffy though, right? Because, like, the whole reason we don't get playable Schneider is because they don't want to have characters that are dead be playable. So I mean, probably not. Maybe Verton, since she's technically not playable. I was too much like James Joyce and went crazy with. Yeah, that's usually how it goes, right? You have all these ideas and you shove them in, and then you have to cut stuff out because it doesn't all fit.
Good luck then. Mr. Fogg will contact you when you arrive. He's our liaison between the Foundation and the British government.
Is this the point
I'll
where
take you to the
Oliver
hospital,
Fogg joins us?
handling many of these respiratory patients.
I'm assuming Mr.
You will
Fogg
be
is
given full
implying the
trust
father, right?
to resolve this problem. There is something else. The Willow qualifier will soon be held in London. It may factor into your investigation.
Uluru qualifier?
It's a bit strange that there's nothing. This movie director from Attorney Anecdote has his animation, but this story really an anecdote? That's crazy. Is there lore about the Fog Walker I should know? I already forgot all over Fogg's anecdote. Not really. The only thing you really need to know about the fog walkers is that they go around absorbing England's smog, and depending on how fucked up the smog is, it causes them health issues, right? And Oliver's father died on Christmas, which was like a day before his birthday or something. Fun. I have an itch this patch takes. Jesus Christ. I have an itch this takes before the Uluru games. Yeah, I'm thinking as well. Because I don't think these two sequences, the flashback and this thing right now, are too far apart in time. And the implication is that we're in the past.
They shipped my uncle off to Australia back in the day. I always figured he got done in by a kangaroo.
Damn, Australia. Imagine living in Australia, man. That's
If
crazy.
any worse, I think I might chance
Who
it.
does that?
Maybe I'll find him in the outback there. Or at least avenge him.
With a tense frown, Teferi folds the flyer. The Uluru games are not her current focus.
That smoke seems to have severely damaged that hospital. But you don't seem concerned.
We've seen worse, miss. You wouldn't believe how many houses we lose a year to gas line explosions.
That seems like an
Nothing
issue.
much can shock us Londoners. It's a city where you can meet arcanists from all over the world.
All over the world.
Arabians, North Africans, Indians and Japanese. Who knows what kind of arcane skill they can cast.
The police are on the scene now, but can they really do anything to clean up the hospital?
Well, police have got their own way of dealing with things. None too friendly. I think you should bring this up to Mr. Fogg.
Oh.
He's one of the few folks that look out for the working man, and he's never afraid of calling out the upper class.
I suspect Mr. Fogg will have known before we did. Let's follow the path of this dark soot on the street. Maybe we can find it, or its owner.
As you like, miss.
As you like, miss. The car makes its way eastward. We're weaving through the increasingly narrow streets. I believe we're in the past for the reason you'll see later. Yeah, that's the implication I'm getting as well.
Only thing that comes out of the East End are drunks, tramps, and Jack the Ripper.
Jack the Ripper, that's not another leg. Ain't no fucking way, man. Not a second time. The brake screech as the car comes to an abrupt halt. Oh, come on. About halt, the car shudders from some impact as a child screams. It happened again. Holy shit. A sudden stabbing pain strikes the nerve into Fairy's temple. She almost stumbles as she rushes to exit the car. The driver pokes his head through the car window, scrambling to justify his mistake. Man's been hitting the whiskey.
I swear to I heaven that I have not had a drop of drink today. This is the East End for you. Either you hit someone, or someone hits you.
Brother.
Please, miss, take a look for me. Tell me if I hit anything. I can take it.
Second child. Yeah, actually, though, yeah. Like, at some point...
There's no one in front of the car.
At some point, just don't even let Tooth Fairy in a car. Just don't. Yeah, having PT... Actually, though. Okay. Oh, it's Flutter. We hit Flutterpage.
Look up there, miss!
Tooth Fairy looks up to see a flurry of papers fluttering and spinning through the sky. A particularly vibrant bundle of fabric resembling some kind of burlap sack hurtles to the center.
Can you catch me?
Huh?
Yeah. Oh, we didn't kill this one this time. I need an SAP button to understand the title. An SAP button? Oh. Oh yeah, right, the... Don't even worry about it, man. Pedro, welcome in, how are ya? The colorful scraps of paper spiral through the air and swirl around her. They're all Uluru flyers, still waiting to be distributed.
She's being lifted up on the wind. Is this her arcane skill? If so, she's amazing for her age.
Damn. Lilia needs a broom to fly. This one just beats her out. Sack, I cracked it harder than I should. She gently descends, seemingly headed straight into Tooth Fairy's arms, but at the last moment she shifts direction and lands softly a few steps away.
You lose. You ain't going to qualify for nothing like that.
Are you hurt at all?
Bro, we hit her with a car.
Why would I be? It's not even as high up as a canary nest. It's no sweat with the help of little wind. But the
We hit her with a
Suitakiki
car.
was hurt. The car hit his waist.
Suitakiki.
Is this Suitakiki your friend?
Yes, but he ran away. He's probably angry. I bet he's still
Oh, is it
around.
like a critter?
He
Does she have a
don't
critter
forgive
friend?
easy.
She points towards the shadowy alley to her left, where in a dark, smoggy corner a pair of glowing eyes peek out from behind a garbage bin.
See? Over there. That's the Suitakiki. And I'm Flutterpage.
That's an age.
Could you bring your friend out? I'd like to make amends if I hurt him. Especially if he can't work.
Yeah, she has the mind of a child.
doesn't
I mean, she is a
but you
child.
still need to apologize.
Someone we still need to apologize. Flutterpage turns towards the alley, waving into the shadows to call over her friend.
Come on out, Suitakiki. This bloke here wants to apologize to you.
Suitakiki stirs in the shadows, disturbing the pale yellow smog before suddenly leaping forward. Roars.
That thing doesn't even have a waist. And he's as big as a kangaroo.
His waist is right there. Can't you see?
A frightened critter is dangerous. Please stay back, child.
Oh, it's time to fight. We're putting Suitakiki in the ground, man. Flutterpage is precious. She is super adorable, yeah. I really like her design, like the orange thing on blue. It looks really cool. Oh, this actually works. Marcus wants 6. I think Marcus wants 6 for the Eureka, right? New candidate for the #1 daughter. Actually, though, surely nothing bad will happen to her, right? Because, you know, nothing bad happens to kids in this game.
Sir, I suggest you cover your mouth and nose. There's something off about this smog.
Bro, she has a tuberculosis
So the
demon
rumours
as a
are
friend.
true. I never should have gone into an alley like this on such a smoggy day.
Kiki.
He's looking at the end of the alley. He must want to go that way.
Certain classic meme about killing everybody in this room if something happens to her, actually, though. Smells nice to hear.
Smog's not
I
as
think he
thick
wants to
there.
escape.
I think he wants to escape.
I really like the
Maybe the
soundtrack. The
smog's
soundtrack for this is
harmful
just
to
so
him too.
upbeat. I wonder how much the games are actually gonna play into this patch.
Do you suppose?
Because like with Willow it was like actually half of the patch, right? Ish. Like, I wonder if that's gonna be the same thing here, or if it's mainly gonna be fixing London.
Now,
We
preserve
actually
his
up.
memory in our dreams.
Yeah, I haven't slept. I'm tired of hell.
Turn over already, you stupid car.
The music this patch, it really is. Like even when I just heard it in the trailer, it sounded so nice. The engine roars to life again, its pistons drumming the retreat as the car careens through the streets.
Why did Mr. Driver run away like the Suitakiki?
Because he's a coward.
He was worried for his car. If it got damaged, it could cost him his job.
The soundtrack reminds me of some fun cartoons. I think that's mainly it. That is very much the vibe I get as well. Almost Ghibli. I will say it's almost Ghibli. Some of the best ideas, yeah.
Lose his
I enjoy
job?
this.
Oh,
I
got
want to
it.
hear more of it though
I
first.
don't want to lose my job neither.
She's employed? Bro, why is she employed? The little girl gives an empathetic nod, but a child her age has no place in anything to do with the word work. Yeah, that's what I just said.
He has a car, so I wager he makes more than 6 pence a week. How did he get that job? Can I do it too?
I suppose you could.
Also be
Once
mentally
you grow
prepared for your
up.
classic. I'm assuming it's the blonde lady and Willow, right? I saw them in the trailer. Tooth Fairy produces a shimmering jar of ointment made from ground golden fairy and lanolin, a concoction capable of soothing one's fear of swallowing a tooth fairy for the first time.
What's this?
She grinds them up. That's
You were had.
crazy, man.
It's a kind
It's
of
one thing to
ointment.
just eat them and
It
you
will
can't
numb
see
the
it,
pain if you ingest
but
it,
she's like putting
or
them in a
reduce
mortar
the
and pestle and just kind
inflammation
of,
if
you
rub it
know,
on your wound.
mashing them up or throwing them in a
My
blender.
heart. I feel a little pain. But what do you mean by inflammation? Does that mean I'll catch on fire?
Wait until what she
Take
says what her
it,
job
and
is.
you will feel much better.
Flutterpage is a knock-upper.
Doctor's orders, kid.
The little girl's curiosity easily trumps her hesitation towards the unfamiliar. She stretches her neck and sucks Tooth Fairy's ointment-covered finger.
Huh?
Biff.
It's a bit sour, like a moldy raspberry, but still sweet. Why aren't other pills as sweet as yours? I see. So you're a witch doctor, aren't ya? I can tell from your metal mask, teeth necklace, and the golden fairies in your jar.
That is a reasonable assumption.
Technically, she's not wrong. Remember I told you about Carbone's being born similar to Awakens? If you read the description of the enemy, it says he was born from smoke. Yeah, I'm thinking Awakens and just critters in general is just not too far off. Because we also get the same sort of indication for Tuesday's Motel as well. A knocker-upper is a person who knocks at the windows in the morning to wake you up. Damn, not having an alarm clock must have sucked.
So you're here for the Uluru Fair then? Must be. You even got the flyer.
Who wakes up the knocker-uppers then?
Actually, I'm here as a doctor to investigate a tuberculosis outbreak. But the strange black fog damaged the hospital.
I don't know why you're even bothering. Unfortunate fate, actually.
Behind to this area.
Oh, okay, this is the 1930s.
Black fog?
Like, maybe
No
they
black
didn't
fog.
think about it.
Around here, the smog is yellow, and sometimes I've seen black smoke puffing up from the factory chimneys, but never in Cross Street.
Creatures forbidden to enter Noah's Ark, yeah. I mean, that kind of makes sense, right? So I assume all the mundane stuff was the stuff that was saved.
I'd like to be an
And
arcanist,
they're all based on
miss.
cryptids anyways.
Lots of us arcanists here. That's why we're all chuffed up for the Uluru qualifiers.
Chuffed up.
There's herbalists, psychics, diviners, magicians.
Magician.
Thank you, Flutterpage. I think I've got the idea.
Left to her own devices, Flutterpage could recite the job of every arcanist on the entire street. We sure this is 1930s?
Then I'll show you around.
I've
You like
heard,
it here?
and I think I saw something saying it was. I need to double check on that. I missed the time reference. Yeah, I heard 1930s. I need to double check. In Willow's log, it says that even a forgotten sock can become a carbuncle if it is not found. That's interesting. So, like, things given sentience. Just objects. Brochure is issued to all Uluru qualifier participants and enthusiasts. Full details are found on the back. Fun food in the unforgettable Uluru. Come one, come all. The Uluru Fair is now open. The champion of the borough. Voting has begun. Head to the central square of the Uluru Fair. 1 vote per person. Vote now. The mock Uluru games are open to all, offering 3 main categories: shooting, racing, and ball games, consisting of a grand total of 7 challenges. Enjoy the thrill of sports and entertainment, all for just 6 pence. The Uluru Athletes documentary series is now in theaters. Winners be awarded 2 tickets. Okay. That was just like a little thing. From an earlier cutscene, this time period is sometime before 1950, right? But also, I believe during Spathadia's event, we got a short list of recent Uluru games. And there was one in 1938, I believe. So that's potentially where we are now. Put your hand into this long, dark pipe. It is imperative that the cylinder remains intact. Swallows in the chimney. Don't eat carbuncles. I mean, Regulus alright. It's literally a competition about racing while carrying big weight. Shit, man. I could do that. Makeshift stalls line the street as the Arcanists celebrate the approaching Uluru qualifiers. This event will decide who gets to represent Great Britain in the finals in Australia. Oh, so that's why it's in Britain. I just thought we were having like an Uluru thing here for some reason. Oh, excuse me. Flutterpage lets the last of the Uluru flyers slip from her fingers. They scatter as they soar on the wind and drift into half-open windows.
Stop littering, you grimy little bug.
Jesus, Will. Chill, man.
This is the Uluru Fair.
What was that? The guy just came out swinging. What the fuck? Tooth Fairy inspects the streets, studying the alleys on either side, but finds nothing.
The trace of the black fog seems to have disappeared into a large gathering of volcanists. A wise choice. A choice, I'm already assuming, that has a certain level of intelligence.
So is the fog itself an awakened? Or something? I love how our 99 characters are either mentally ill or child. Actually, I mean...
Sounds like
yeah,
monster.
actually though.
Told tales where adults make up to scare us.
It's so
But I heard
stupid.
people talking
We
when I
can't
was sitting on the
hire
roof.
competent people.
They say it was born
That would
from
just use me a
smoke
little bit more. Oh, the golden sheep, yeah, precisely.
It does appear to have a similar composition to soot.
Soot.
That's no good for the birds, Miss Doctor. I sure hope it don't come here. I
Don't
don't want it to muck up the Uluru Fair, or scare the canaries away from the chimneys.
What's so special about the canaries?
We know that the 1930s lasted for 3 years and 37, possibly World War II activated, or almost certainly World War II activated. It's centered around big events. I'm almost certain it was World War II.
They always know where the lanolin snails are hiding. All do is
Lanolin
give them
snails.
a
Oh, we
bit
have
of
those in
all seeds,
the
and you
wilderness,
find
right?
me the snails.
No, those are
It's my
Samaritan
snail
snails.
catching day. Stay right there, miss. I'll be back soon as I finish. Don't go getting off your sauce while I'm gone.
Is she implying that we're gonna go drink? With that, Flutterpage drifts towards a stall decorated with Union Jack bunting before disappearing like a whisper on the wind. A gentleman in a fine grey woolen coat stands nearby. He is utterly incongruous with the rest of the street.
Hmm?
This is an Arcanist Fair Booth application form. You need only fill this, and get proper approval from the city government. Then
I'm
no
gonna
one
say
can bother you.
this is a bad guy. He is going to be an antagonist. It's always these plain-ass looking dudes. They're always the bad guy.
Approval, eh? What's the point? The games will be over by the time they've even looked at my application.
Are we entirely certain we even want to hold the fair in these conditions? Don't you think the weather now isn't appropriate for that kind of strenuous physical activity?
What else can we do? We need to earn our bread, or perhaps you could clean the air for us, eh, Mr. Fogwalker?
Oh, never mind. This is Oliver Fogg's dad.
I'm doing all that I can.
That's crazy. Okay, so he's not going to be
Which
a bad
means
guy
you can't
then.
do nothing at all, don't
Shit.
it? Yeah, we're coughing. But what we make in a day at the fair here is more than an entire week anywhere else. Not like we have royal allowances to rely on.
This is the
Unlike
Fogwalker,
you.
huh? By the way, I found an exploit for the puppet arena. If you're on mobile, after you start the battle, log off and then log, and it auto. Oh, really? Like log out of the game? That sounds like a lot of work. Wouldn't it just be faster? I don't know how long these battles take, so I couldn't say. I assume it'd be just faster to do the thing, right? I get why this man exists, but I still have serious things about him. Look at him. He looks nice. His title is genius, not gonna lie. Yeah, you understood the title. It's just British, man. I wrote it in British.
Enough of it already. Now, would you mind moving aside for the little lady behind you? She's been waiting a while.
Waiting a while.
Oh, I do apologize, miss. Miss Tooth Fairy.
I didn't expect to run into you here, Mr. Fogg.
The pleasure is all mine, miss. Oh,
Wait,
where
a
am I,
typecast all over his dad appeared. Okay,
Welcome to
to be fair, you know, there's McCower, there's Iverson, right? There's fucking Heinrich. They're all just dudes in suits, man.
Of course, we were
Oh, wait, I
supposed
missed
to meet
that.
in the office of the London Atmospheric.
Across street, local hurries by, letting out
I'd have prepared
a
fine
sharp
Indian
violent
tea
cough.
for you.
Indian
But
tea.
I was called away to deal with matters here on Cross Street.
These
It's a
arena
happy
battles are
coincidence
slower
that you
than
popped
doing
by.
that because it's
It will save
AI
us
versus
both.
AI. Oh, fucking hell. Alright, so it's just faster to actually dodge the fight. That's crazy. Mr. Fogg awkwardly fiddles with his gloves, clearly feeling embarrassed at the indecency of their meeting. Man's doing some hard work and he's embarrassed by it. So, is your typical guilt to a point solo from okay. Thankfully for him, Tooth Fairy seems more concerned. I am missing these like
You mean the air
throughout the issue at
pollution?
hand.
Not precisely, no. Though one could say the problem is related. In fact, It seems just about every one of our problems comes down to these sticky contradictions.
Maybe awakened are born from positive emotions and carbuncles from negative ones. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I think awakened are born specifically from like the grand like idea of an era, right? Like because you have like Lucy, who's the idea of, you know, the pursuit of innovation and all that, while carbuncles and I guess maybe other critters are more born just from leftover things that eventually just gain sapience for whatever reason. Sentience. Okay.
For example, contrary to good wisdom, the people of Cross Street have opted to continue their fare, despite the obvious dangers of the fog.
That's just
unreasonable.
But it is fine until I feel sick watching fights at
You're
5
the
times.
unreasonable one here, mate. Stop the Uluru Fair on account of a bit of fog. Fog in London. Should we cancel if there's water in the Thames next?
Probably. Isn't the Thames mostly
Citizens
garbage?
should be made aware of
If there's
the harm
water there,
caused
then
by
something's
fog,
wrong.
and reduce unnecessary outdoor activities.
Pardon me? You lot government officials?
Oh, now he's being polite. Fuck you, Will. A few busybodies gather near the two of them, ready to catch the latest gossip.
You saying we aren't allowed to celebrate the Uluru qualifiers? So what are you expecting us to do? Just watch the games and then pop off home? It's not like there are many events left for us arcanists to celebrate in our own country.
Puppet area is fine until I feel okay. Yeah, the enemy 6 had no HP. His ult was up, but all of them decided to hit everyone but him, and I was yeah, that's fucking annoying. Puppet arena is just a boring auto battle mode. The coolest thing about it is that you can recruit certain NPC boss characters. Alright, then getting on TFT. Hey, I don't know if I like that.
Sir, you seem to have quite a severe cough.
Rose got cancer.
It's not so bad. Just a little curse is all. Doesn't matter none. A good arcanist healer can cure me.
That's exactly what I've been talking about. A curse? Good lord, man. You have a disease called tuberculosis. You need a proper doctor, not a healer.
Maybe this is just how citizens in Cross Street best comprehend the disease, in the arcanist way. It's not a matter of arcanists or humans. Tuberculosis is caused by the presence of bacterium in the air. It can't be cured through ritualistic purification or
Just shove the tooth fairy in his mouth, he'll be fine.
You just don't get it, do you? It's not like that.
2.35, yes, Autumn, yeah. I had to dip from your stream because I wanted to watch it on my own, so sorry about that. When you have competition, you will start streaming. Yeah, I know. I figured people just move over there when they feel like it. It's fine. It's tuberculosis a reason. Why does my chest burn like hell? I've never heard of no bacteria that could do that.
You feel like your chest is burning?
Like swallowing a flaming coal it is. It all started this month. Never felt anything like this before.
Like I said, there's no disease. This has to be the Fog Hag's curse.
Fog Hag's curse.
She's the one who summoned this damnable black fog. She used to be a toad before she was thrown into an alchemist's cauldron and came out as a twisted old hag that haunts our street.
She is younger than me. She's 25. Fuck you. I'm gonna go check if he lost him online. He almost certainly did. Let me know.
Shh! Don't say anything about it. It'll bring bad luck.
He coughs, waving his hand to scatter the attention of the crowd, then vanishes into the yellow smog.
So now we have a Fog Hag? What's to come next, I wonder?
He raises his hands in resignation, knowing that, as a gentleman, he should speak no further on the matter. Fog Hag curses my pulse. She's not coming home.
Despite being an arcanist myself, it's hard to understand my own people. But that's what they think around here.
Blue Block has a thing called Great VA Workroom. They really do. Oh, what was it? Which one was it?
But, to say nothing of his intrepid skills as a ranger, I doubt he'll produce any evidence of this so-called hag.
I can't remember. There was one NPC I was really impressed by. I can't remember what the event was, though.
In fact,
Shit. Brimley. Excited to see you meet Flutterpage. We just hit her with our car, Autumn. She's fine. We hit her with her car.
Arthur, a little help, mate. We've got trouble.
Not trouble. Flutter's so adorable, though. A hat riding a hobby horse races forwards, its coat fluttering in thick smog like a cavalryman returning from a reconnaissance mission. A dark cloud follows close behind them.
So, here it is.
Here it is.
What's that after you now, old hat?
It's the Black Fog. Seems I've startled it, and now it's sent out critters
Hit her
into the
carbon.
streets.
Yeah, actually, though, yeah.
Steady on. Let's charge like soldiers of the Great Emu War.
Great Emu War. They lost that war, man.
It's the Hag. The Hag's cast is coming for us.
Those nasty critters are coming from her garden. Run!
Bro, Willow cannot catch a break. That's so sad. Just leave her alone. Damn. I don't have a star team. Do I? Do I have 2 Anjo teams? What my team setups are absolute dog shit.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
Oh, I need to bring plant. I keep mixing that. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's fucking... Yeah, no, this is fine. It doesn't even matter.
Listen.
Reversing car crashes. Okay, here's the thing. This is Tooth Fairy's second car crash. Alright? She already hit a kid once. Just don't let her in cars at that point, you know? Just for the safety of everyone.
Finally, it's just
You see Oliver's pocket watch in Fog's hand. Yeah, because he inherited it from his dad, right? I don't think this is how you speak emu. It's true, Australia waged war on emus once, and the emus somehow won. There were just too many of them, I think, right? They just couldn't compete.
May I say it was an honor to serve as your bodyguard, miss. I'm Brimley, the ranger colleague of my
Level
mate
20 or
here,
30?
Arthur Fogg.
What do you mean?
I wasn't hurt. Thanks to you.
Thanks to you. Mr. Fogg lightly brushes the soot from his coat before walking over to Tooth Fairy. Despite clearing away most of the black fog, his expression looks grim.
Thank you, Miss Tooth Fairy, for telling us what happened at the hospital. We ought to make a summary of our investigation so far.
Seasoned government employees are particularly good at providing summaries.
We've encountered 3 oddities
this
thus far
fight,
today.
yeah.
This mysterious black fog, the unusual burning chest symptom, and...
Not even an insight level. I mean, I keep forgetting that I don't actually need to bring optimized teams for these fights. He carefully considers his words before bringing up the difficult third point.
this so-called Fog Hag living on Cross Street.
Well done, mate. You did it. You said it out loud. We may just break the ice of your soul yet.
I'm only doing my due diligence by quoting the title verbatim. Back to the topic. Combining these clues together, we should assume a causal connection. The Hag releases black fog, giving Londoners this variant of TB with the burning chest symptom.
When did you move into 221B Baker Street, mate?
That's Sherlock Holmes, I believe. The Fogwalker shifts his gaze, knowing that even if he were to inhale a mouthful of that black fog, his face couldn't look any grimmer.
It's a reasonable speculation. If so, then the first thing is to determine if such a lady lives here on Cross Street. We'd better pay her a visit.
There's also a problem that they wasted a lot of bullets by missing when they fired. Okay, that's just a skill issue at that point. They deserve to lose that war. We'll definitely need a real team for the final boss of this event. Okay, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
If you insist,
Final
Dal.
boss stuff. Yeah, Sherlock, alright, yeah. Baker Street.
I can already confirm that for you. She's here, all right. Down at the house of the mangy front garden at the south end.
Why doesn't Willow just move? Like, if
Very
everyone
well.
thinks she's a witch, just move,
But
man.
might I suggest we don't all go in a rush to pay her a visit? We know nothing about her, or even whether this hag is a danger.
A little figure squeezes way in. Oh look, there she is. Hi.
Doctor, you done talking
Look
to
at her.
Mr. Fogg and Mr. Hat?
Look at this child.
Flutterpage,
She's got a little cockroach
where
antenna.
have you been?
Wasn't you listening? I was off catching snails. With a bit of help from the canaries.
Flutterpage lifts an old glass jar filled with snails. Willow. Yes, Willow.
Good on you, little tacker.
We're gonna go see
That's
Willow.
quite the harvest.
He's a witch as much as Lily is also a witch. I mean, yeah, they're technically arcanists, right? They are arcanists, so yeah, they're technically witches. She dusts the jar away in the folds of her clothing, then lightly grabs the hem of Tooth Fairy's coat.
Shall we then, Miss Witch Doctor?
So witch doctor?
Where are you taking me?
Thought I'd show you around Cross Street. Figuring since I'm the best guide here.
Are you? Then, do you happen to know about the house at the south end of the street?
Flutterpage ponders for a moment before her eyes widen in realization.
Sure do. Actually, these snails are for her. You can tag along with me to see her if you like.
Snails. To be continued. Witch. The witch. Calling Tooth Fairy Witch Doctor is amazing. I mean, it's not wrong, right? It's accurate. A conversation overheard as Carbuncle bask in photosynthesis. What's this rubber stopping around? Ain't this a book? Don't you want it? Man, if I take a butcher's. Wouldn't understand it. Take a butcher's? What does that even mean? You're right, I don't understand it. So what's it about then? Don't you have anything better to do? Don't know any of my chores today. I haven't taken the package from my sister. Lay next door with the little ones like one mask. I don't want to do any of those things. I just want to stay here a little longer. Insects are herbs with leaves and perfect. Just don't stop till you can. Can't you find someone else to entertain you, or maybe I just have a mug written all over my face? Fine, do whatever you want with it. Stay with here for all I care. Just leave me alone, understand? Leave me alone. Here, draw a ball out. Oh, this is Flutter to This is Flutter to Willow. She kind of gives off that vibe, yeah. She has a necklace of teeth, man. Like, that's essentially a bone necklace. Come on. Recluse shrouded in rumors. Fog Hag. Cross Street. The smog in the garden feels unusually dense. It has taken on an almost milky, gelatinous quality. The damp, fishy air sticks to the visitors. Sparse ivy winds around the ancient stone wall, its bare roots clinging desperately to it. Flutter being a social menace, and we will love her for that. She's just forcing her to socialize at this point.
As you can tell, it is a very big, big house. Not like mine. Mine is small, but very high up.
Flutterpage poor?
Steep, tilted roofs, sash windows. It's very Victorian.
Very Victorian.
Hmm? Oh no. Her name ain't Victoria, miss. At least, I don't think so.
No. I mean, Victorian architecture is a kind of style of house. I'm saying this house must have a long history.
Oh. Too right about that, miss. It's been here for ages. Come along then. I'll take you in.
Flutterpage doesn't knock, nor does she touch anything resembling a doorbell. She simply leads Tooth Fairy straight to the garden gate. Vines carbuncle. Squeak, squeak. Several carbuncles peek out from among the vines before quickly retreating, their eyes still locked on the visitors. That you right, Flutterpage's family is poor. Are you watching the Sketch and Writers? Oh no. What did Genshin do?
Today,
what did they do with poor people? Oh, snails. From the folds of her oversized frock, Flutterpage
for the lady of the house.
pulls out a jar filled with snails.
Now please let me and Miss Witch Doctor through.
That orange one looks not appetizing. I mean, none of them do, but the bright colored ones are probably poison.
Sorry, Miss Witch Doctor. They was much
Carbuncles
friendlier
refused her entry,
before.
shooting out a few tendrils from a blockade. It was much friendlier before.
You've been here before?
That is how you
Yep.
write. Yeah.
They always let me in straight away. No clue what set them off this time.
Or mad exposition ever. Yeah, they are, I've already... Oh, yo, please. But after
know what to do.
quick glance at Tooth Fairy, she have anxiety. Don't rightly know what to do.
I try calling her, but it won't do much good. Even if she heard me, she won't come out.
So we're just gonna barge in, I'm
You're
assuming.
saying she never leaves her house?
Not that I ever seen.
Not that I have seen.
Do other people visit her?
No.
No.
But you visit her often?
She likes when I bring her snails.
Likes,
You think
I
she
think,
eats
is a
them?
very
All I
generous
know is I gave her
term.
her snails.
I don't think she likes anything.
Then she asked me to stay around her house for a while. When she's not in a sour mood, she even teaches me some words for arcane skills. But if she is sour, then all she does is hand me some books, and I can't even read most of them. Don't go asking her too many whys. If you do, she says, "Get out!" and you got to go. So far, the longest I stayed was a whole afternoon.
I see.
The fairy surveys the old mansion. To her, it looks more like a small castle than a house. She decides not to disturb the formidable witch dwelling within it.
Maybe I'm the reason they aren't letting you in. I'll just stay back here.
All right, then. Stay there and I'll tell her about you, miss.
Let me be clear, nearly everything you listen, read in this chapter is either a lie or misleading. Damn. Is this child lying to us? The carbuncles lower their guard as Tooth Fairy retreats. The strange plants and critters in the garden clear the way for Flutterpage as she makes her way down the path. Flutterpage raises the snail jar high above her head as if presenting some kind of token.
Miss? Do you hear me? Wakey, wakey!
Did Flutterpage just never bother to learn her name? The lock clatters heavily, and the hinges on the old oak door give a mournful groan. See ya, see ya, see ya. See ya, Frank.
Here you go, miss. A fresh batch of snails.
Fresh batch of snails. She doesn't respond. The witch's stare is fixed on the unfamiliar woman by the garden entrance.
Who is this?
Well, I don't know her name, but she's a witch doctor. She came here in a car with a flyer of the Uluru qualifiers, so I think she's here for the
Uluru.
Oh, I forgot that you don't like the word.
Hello, miss. I'm here investigating the source of the black fog. You can call me Tooth
That was probably not the
Fairy.
best way to start that conversation.
Go away.
Yeah.
But why? I ain't asked too many whys, miss, did I? That was only my first one today. Oh,
Oh. She realizes something.
so I can't come in at all? You promised you'd help me practice my arcane skill.
Then you better not let me catch you saying Uluru ever again.
Thanks, Willow. The witch anxiously snatches a snail jar from the girl's hand and closes the door. The door closes.
Aww. Oh, she left me a book. Look, it's got a carbuncle on it.
Come here, Flutterpage. Are you all right?
I thought I could play at her house today.
Would you like to do something else?
Like what?
Like, see your new friend, Mr. Hat?
Mr. Hat?
She left her a book. She can't even read, man. What is happening?
Miss Flutterpage, I'll ask you to not wear me on your head. I know I can fly, but that doesn't mean you can treat me like a kite. Besides, I'm due to begin my patrol. I need to...
A gust of wind blows grimly into the hallway, spurring Flutterpage to give chase.
That gives us some time for business. First of all, allow me to express my respect for your adventurous spirit. A haunted hag mansion whose owner feeds on snails. To visit her so quickly on your own initiative was a bold move, Miss Tooth Fairy.
Can't tell if he's insulting us or not. Child is happening. He now has no choice but to admit the existence of the witch.
Here's your tea. No sugar. Just as you asked.
Just as you asked. Yeah, Brimley's done. It's over for him. Of course, he has kept the promised Indian tea at the forefront of his mind.
The connection between this lady and the black fog will require further confirmation. However, judging from our encounter, she doesn't seem to have much concern for the world outside her home. I also noted that the word Uluru seemed to irritate her.
Uluru? As in the Uluru Games? Not a fan, I take it. It's certainly odd for an arcanist to have a negative impression of the games, though not unprecedented. Which reminds me of this letter. I suspect our Fog Lady might be glad to hear it.
Mr. Fogg places a voice ladder between the two of them. The paper swiftly transforms into a wide mouth.
Letter from the St. Pavlov Foundation Uluru Games Organising Committee to the Uluru London Qualifiers Organising Committee. Copied to the Office of the London Atmospheric Cleanup Committee. Due to the rapid deterioration of air quality in London and the presence of an unidentified arcane-related tuberculosis outbreak, we regretfully have decided that the Uluru London qualifiers will be cancelled until further notice, to protect the health of competitors and spectators. Competitors still wishing to participate are encouraged to register for the qualifiers in Paris or other cities.
Great reference. What reference? The paper folds itself up and drops back onto the table. Mr. Fogg sighs.
I received this shortly after submitting my report concerning the events on Cross Street.
They're right. It's better for everyone's health.
No objections here. But it's certain to cause a stir. Miss Tooth Fairy, you saw how passionate the citizens were about this event. What it means to them. They'll eat us alive when we announce this. So much more so that it's cancelled because of air quality. The firm will not be pleased, I can assure you. This great city will be the laughingstock of Europe. If not the entire world.
Prowlers from here. Oh, right. I forgot about that. Holy shit.
Unless
It's been a while.
there's a way to clean the air in London. Perhaps then I might convince the Foundation to reconsider.
Mr. Fogg, there's only 3 weeks left before the qualifiers. It's a serious effort just to address the smog over London, let alone this new black fog and the disease that has come with it.
3 weeks. 1 for making plans, 1 for enacting said plans, and still 1 more for the final procedures.
He slumps into his chair with his arms crossed and glares furiously at the voice letter on the desk.
What are you doing now, Mr. Fogg?
Thinking, Miss Tooth Fairy, is how I make the plans.
Thinking. Brimley, fleeing pursuit, eventually finds his way back.
Forgive me for interrupting, Arthur, but I had to call off my patrol earlier than expected. I'm afraid I need a favor of you, Miss Tooth Fairy. Would you mind helping us with some of the sick? After that black fog rolled through, patients with this tuberculosis variant seem to be multiplying as fast as hares in the Great Artesian Basin.
Great Artesian Basin. Assuming it's an Australia thing. Okay, we're gonna try to get through half of this tonight, I think. And then tomorrow, assuming I'm feeling better, we can do the rest. Past glory. What has been engraved in your mind, seared into your sight, and etched onto your very being? Fuck.
Through misty woods, on paths concealed by haze, he thrice died and thrice was born in ancient days. Guide me rightly, that I may not stray.
By the willow fire, a witch is dancing in the ritual ground. She performs her dance alone. Only the shadows cast by the flames accompany her. Wow, I like that zoom in.
Fruit and beasts give offspring's way. With eyes of fire pierce through the cloudy maze.
I have to guess how the cast can't say tuberculosis. 20 chapters, by the way, 11 or 12 is half. Yeah, but I want to see if I can find a good, like, stopping point and not just cut it off, you know? Probably an Australian thing, yeah, we used to have a great wall, but it's specifically for rabbits. What? Just like a rabbit containment field. She clenches her right leg, her fingers turning white at the tips.
I won't get anywhere so long as I can't move right.
Finds carbuncle. The typically docile carbuncles are now locked in a frenzied shrieking match. What should have been a calming ritual has quickly turned into a bloodied war drum, and all because of a single misstep.
Enough! The last thing this haunted old place needs is another crazy creature.
Jesus. She is pissed.
Step into the fairy ring.
Oh. Wait, these are kind of funny looking. Wait. I kind of like these ones. Spore carbuncle. Channel.
Charging.
Oh, get forward.
Loading. Regaining control of our bodies.
Allow me.
Queen.
Eliminate target.
I really like Willow's personality. Just like the grumpy, I don't want to deal with this sort of shit. Hell yeah.
Now,
that's such a mood, man.
Preserve this memory in our dreams.
It's called the rabbit-proof fence. According to Wikipedia, it's also called the emu fence. I'm assuming it didn't work for the emus.
Miss Willow!
Hi, Flutter.
I swear to God.
She collapses by the willow fire, causing the intense flames to suddenly die down. She swiftly grabs a blanket from the pile to cover her legs.
Whatever thing you are, don't think I won't strangle you to death with my bare hands.
Oh no. She struggles to her feet, but just as she's about to stand, one leg gives way. You're thinking too hard? The description of those enemies are her failed experiments.
Bloody.
She tries to lift herself up for the second time, but can only support half of her body. She looks up to find a little face among a pile of stitched and restitched clothes. There could be no more embarrassing or infuriating way for another to behold her.
You? What are you doing here?
I only wanted to show you the arcane skill you taught me.
Flutterpage nimbly gets back on her feet, bouncing around as she shakes off the dust. Seeing that the girl is unharmed, the witch turns her face, hiding her fleeting look of concern.
But you are in a bad mood, aren't you? What happened? I promised I didn't call you Miss Willow in front of others.
Miss Willow?
You said I can call you Miss Willow when it's just you and me, right?
And you actually listened? First time for everything, eh? But it's not about what you call me.
Then what is it?
By the way, have you seen 2.6 PV? Aleph looks cool as hell. I try not to watch the PVs themselves, but I have seen the characters and the skins. I really like the skins. The whole D&D theme is so nice. I think it's super cool. She stares at Willow in confusion. Suddenly she realizes why she's lying on the ground.
Let me help you up.
I don't need it.
Don't need it. With a flick of her wrist, Willow's coat and hat leap onto her like loyal dogs. She tries to stand up for a third time, using the rough stone pillar beside her for support, and finally manages to straighten herself out.
So then if you value my words so highly, what about the time I told you I don't need a knocker-upper?
I remember. You told me there's no sense waking me up for anything. I don't have any work to go to.
Unemployed as
But I'm
fuck.
not here to wake you up, am I? I already did that for the whole street hours ago.
Oh, have you now? Then maybe you can buzz off and bother someone else. I didn't give my permission to let annoying little flies in my house. I'm in the middle of something important, so leave me be.
I don't think it's D&D, I think it's more about fictional characters, Don Quixote, Robin Hood, and Sherazade. Yeah, but also, like, on the page, it has a D4 and a D20, which is why I assumed, D&D. But I mean, that's just like your archetypical, like, rogue, knight, or warrior, and, mage, right?
Just one more question, miss.
So I guess since the
I'll be
thing
quick.
has to do with stories, maybe it's a,
Miss
kind of a
Tooth
mix.
Fairy and Mr. Fog say you made people sick with the black fog. But I know you didn't do it. Did you? You never told me you can summon black fog.
Done with all that nonsense, are you? If that's all you knocked on my window for.
But if you didn't, I can tell them the truth. Or you could even help them find the black fog. You're the best witch I know.
Their problem is no concern of mine.
Oh. But I did hear something. I was thinking maybe you'd like to hear it too. Letter from St. Pavlov Foundation. Due to, what? Deuterion air quality? And arcane tubal-keeled kiss?
Maybe we just
they said
have
the
her stop
Uluru
reading. Just
qualifiers
take
are
the paper
cancelled.
and read it yourself at this point.
Stop. Do you understand at all what you're saying?
No, but...
Go away.
Oh no.
Aww.
I said get out!
Oh, she's about to throw hands, let's go. She sees Flutterpage with both hands, half dragging, half pulling her towards the open window.
You know what I don't want to hear, eh, lass? Your voice.
Oh, the accent came out. Flutterpage is flung out the window and carried away like a kite with a broken string on the breeze. She actually just threw her out of
infernal knocking.
They're not on the first floor, damn.
Don't you never take another step into my house. Never.
Crash. The room reverts to its familiar silence. No life save for its solitary resident, just as it had been for the past decade. Has been. Her hastily thrown on coat and hat slide to the floor as Willow leaned on her right leg and limps over to the storage table filled with bottles and jars. No, Willow, don't yeet the child out the window. It's too late. She's done it. There's still enough mucus left over from yesterday's nails for her to use.
Just a wee bit left.
Just a wee bit left. She pours the liquid in the jar of the cauldron. She sets the fire alight, and the lubricant starts to bubble in the cauldron. Kick the baby. Do not kick the baby. Kick the baby. Oh, I thought I hit it.
Eat snails?
Damn French.
Let them think what they will. I don't care. The Fog Hag. A toad monster. A failed work of an ancient
Flutterpage flutters with the wind, so we'd be
alchemist.
sure she on her. She did get hurt. There's no way.
Yes, of course. Charlotte O'Hagan. You're nothing but an ugly,
There's a very
evil,
funny KO animation. I haven't seen
Fog
it.
Hag living in a haunted house. You deserve every bit of it.
Man. She lifts her eyes and gazes out the window. To her surprise, she can see the moon, a flurry of small clouds slowly making their way across it, and a flock of silhouetted birds swooping and swerving in tacit harmony. Like the white sheep that roam those vast, rocky hills. Like the witches in black robes who dance together in perfect unison.
What an age. At last, witches no longer need worry about being captured in their sleep, pierced on a stake, or burnt alive.
And alive.
Our next competitor is our witch from Ireland, a once-in-a-generation talent.
I'd like an
The ancient
Ireland chapter.
rituals
That'd be
are
really
different
cool.
now. We dance, Communicating with spirits, like a joyful game.
A joyful game.
Uluru Games!
Or a graceful competition.
And the winner for the floor ritual is...
A desirable.
Fucking hell.
I left the pot on.
I'm assuming her character story tells us exactly what happened to her. The smell signals a point of no return for the lubricant, and its appearance confirms it as she sees a small blackened mass stuck to the bottom of the cauldron. Willow's prosthetic leg grinds and creaks as the joints rub up against each other, causing her hips to itch.
Back and back.
Beck.
Fit for the rubbish now. Rubbish.
I feel like she's trying to suppress her accent for the most part, unless she gets upset. Which is an interesting detail. Also, why doesn't she just get, like, grease, man? Why do you need fucking snails to fix your leg? Everyone's curious about the witch's garden. Everyone fears it, except for one small bird. To her, it isn't so dangerous. Do not touch any plants or barbs. The thing I applied to your leg yesterday. If I cut you and the wound turns purple, the blood is in bright red, knock on my window. If you're dancing, at any time. In the evening, the critters will lower the top buds to the ground. Try not to step on them. Her entire garden is just critters. They bite you. Stop squeezing through the dance and just use the front gate. I know I'm supposed to. Teaching you arcane skills so you can fly, not crawl. Well, she does care. Beck. I will pretend this is a very posh Irish accent and wording, yeah. The VA confirmed his match on the reverse something I subread. Oh, really? I haven't, I saw the post for the VA. I haven't read, gone through the things yet. The wind blowing through this place has seen everything. Hey, Mohammed. Also, welcome in Garfield. Welcome in, welcome in. We're only 5 notes in, which is about half of what we're gonna do for the night, but, you know, not too bad. Little knocker-upper. Little knocker-upper. As morning breaks, the rooster crows, announcing the start of another day of hard labor for the people of the East End. Oops. In this land of industry, shipyards, and factories, there is a dire need of coal, fuel, and the labor to sustain them.
Good morning,
Good
sir,
morning.
madam. This here's your wake-up call. Rise and shine, wakey time.
So if you don't want to wake up, you just like with an alarm clock, right? You beat it until it stops talking. Flutterpage looks up at the gray sky above. There's only a touch of blue and no sun, stars, or moon to be seen.
Enough! I said enough with the gal. I'm already awake, ain't I? So stop buzzing around.
The seasoned knocker-upper deftly dodges the basin full of foot-washing water that has just been flung out the window and slips through the alley and onto the next street. She still has a job to do. I wasn't wrong, damn.
Wakey, wakey, morning's here. Mrs. Wilson, you awake? You can't be late again, or old Mr. Pig Eyes will be on you with his belt.
What? I'm sorry, what?
What happened? Didn't she hear me?
Who pays her to do this? Suddenly she's shoved from behind.
Oi, who did that?
Oi.
Shut up already, Liberty. Didn't you
Oh,
know
her name's
Mrs.
Liberty?
Wilson was sick?
Freddy the Rascal.
She's sick?
Oh, let's beat this kid
What's
up, hell
wrong?
yeah.
Doesn't hurt like swallowing a burning
You wake
coal,
up with
does
clear
it?
toilet water, actually, though, yeah.
Who told you that?
Clearly.
Yeah, maybe. Plenty of folks have been getting that too. My dad says it's a curse.
It's a curse.
It's not a curse, dummy.
I'm no dummy, Liberty. You are. Believing anything what that hag told you. She's a dirty, ugly old liar.
Okay,
And
ugly's a
she's the one who
stretch,
cursed
really.
everyone here.
Ain't no way, man.
She's a toad. A toad what can't get out of her house to see sunlight. And decided to curse us all just because she didn't like the fair.
Being a knocker-upper feels like a very action-heavy... I mean, yeah, you're basically walking to every house and just smacking on the window until people tell you to go away. Right?
Have you gone off your rocker, Freddy?
Just leave me alone. I got work to do. That's work, eh? You call knocking on people's window work?
The boy rolls up his sleeves and pats his bicep.
I climb up in the steam turbines to tighten up the screws, and I clean them chimneys from the inside. Think you can do that, eh?
These kids are so fucked.
But I don't want to tighten screws.
That kid's gonna lose a finger before he turns into an adult.
Oh, so you like the smell of this black fog, do you? All thanks to your wicked
I feel like this
friend.
kid is calling me out. Yeah, this kid is he's a piece of work, isn't he? I'm pretty sure Druvis is for yes, I'm fairly certain Druvis is an Irish droid. Yes.
Go away.
Which would have been interesting if she was the one to liaison here, but I mean TF works too. No, they wouldn't have known Druvis at this point. Oops. Jesus Christ. She whips a clothesline pole at the boy's knee with a sharp cut. Dear God. Great naming, Liberty. Yeah, the girl who flutters with a random freaking breeze called Liberty. Yeah. It makes sense. The boy leaps towards the girl, but loses her among the heap of rags. Huh? He swivels his head towards the sound and stands there, shocked, as Flutterpage definitely leaps over him.
What the?
Getting chimney spready is not long for this. No, absolutely not.
The fog lady taught me this.
This kid is going to die, man.
Lady? You mean that hag? I should have guessed. You'd be that ugly turd witch's apprentice.
You're not my friend anymore.
He was your friend to begin with? That's crazy. She runs off deeper into Cross Street. The old mansion looks just as it always does, from the strange garden to the ominous building half lost in the haze of the smog. Even so, Flutterpage is hit by an unusual feeling, one she can't quite place.
It's not snail delivery day, but after she threw me out of the house last time, maybe I'll go apologize. Maybe then I can learn some more tricks from her, or at least read her books.
Squeak. The creature eyes her warily.
Hello.
Weirdly. Hello.
Now, why didn't you let Miss Tooth Fairy in last time? She's not a bad person. She even gave me some flying medicine. It was sweet and sour. You think Miss Willow's lonely? She needs new friends, and maybe some flying medicine too.
Maybe some flying medicine too. Squeak. The carbuncle seems to reject her assessment, leaping side to side in a clear display of defiance.
But this time, I won't go through the window. Not that I get why she was so mad. Was it that I stopped her from eating breakfast, maybe? Well, time to figure it out. I bet if I walk in from the front door, she won't be so angry.
Oh, brother. Flutterpage enters the garden like she always does, except this time the carbuncles don't make way for her. Oh. They leap at her.
What's wrong?
What's wrong? Flutterpage swings the clothesline pole, but fails to drive them off. They close in on her, malice in their eyes. Hey, Brighter, welcome in, how are you? Fortunately, reinforcements come galloping through the smoke.
What in the blazes are you doing here? Good lord, I hope you didn't get hurt.
Mr. Hat!
Ms. Bartley, I'd advise you to please stay a safe distance back.
No.
Caroline Barley.
Just
this is
look
the...
at the state of this garden. Oh, Charlotte, what have you been through to fall this far?
Okay.
Which of these darlings shall we attend to
More of these
first?
dudes down. Let's do it.
Charging clothing. Keep calm. The light that illuminates all.
Is this smoke inhalation mechanic going to be significant, or can I just brute force it? Because I don't know what it does.
Thank goodness, you're in one piece.
One piece.
I don't get it. They ain't never bit me before.
Well, you must always stay alert when you encounter critters, even in a familiar place. That's some genuine ranger's advice.
Currently farming the puppet arena mode while listening to your stream. Okay, cool. Yeah, I've heard the puppet arena mode is kind of a pain in the ass.
A ranger? Are you really a ranger? Can you be a ranger without a real horse? Will I get a hat like you if I get to be a ranger?
I finished the entire event and I don't even know what it does. Okay, so it's not important then. I see. Fortunately, a hat's range of expressions doesn't include awkwardness or much else for that matter.
Hi, miss. Are you here for the lady living here?
Tooth Fairy? Oh no, right. Flutterpage circles the unfamiliar lady, looking her up and down.
Miss, you look a lot like Miss Willow, the fog lady.
You're not supposed to say that
So
name.
straight and proper like a swan.
Miss Willow, you said?
It's Willow. Flutterpage claps her mouth before realizing she wasn't the one to utter this name.
Yes, Miss Willow. Did she say you were allowed to call her that too, miss?
Really good puppet area. It reminds me of Super Auto Pets. Really? I haven't tried it out yet. I need to give it a go. Even her sigh carries an elegant, melodious quality.
What kind of nutter has she become? Thank you for taking me here, Mr. Brimley. I can handle the rest myself.
She makes a gentle motion with her hand, signaling that she has finished talking.
You're welcome. Let's go, shall we? Hey, little tacker? It's not safe to leave you here. I'll escort you to the hospital. This Tooth Fairy needs your help.
All right.
Oh no, she's sad. Look at her. Flutterpage holds onto Brimley's coat as the two of them leave the garden. He looks back a few times. Caroline remains totally unmoving. It's as though she can converse with the owner of the house through her stare alone. When the smoke inhalation inflicted poison on the player once it reaches the... Oh, I see. Just when the enemy team has a J and it's insta lose for you. Yeah, because he'll just counter. He'll just counter forever, man.
Building. This is more like a fair. Only with sick people.
Patients lie on basic steel frame beds, their once pristine white sheets now marked with yellow and gray stains. In the face of such a scene, the bright flags of the Uluru games now look lifeless and limp.
Well, you're right there, mate. It's not your typical hospital. Arthur's calling it the London Emergency Relief Centre for Special Tuberculosis Patients.
Really? Did it have to be that long?
But it's still kind of a hospital, ain't it?
Ain't it? She doesn't linger on this thought for long. The image of the unfamiliar lady in Willow's garden won't leave her mind.
Who's that swan lady? She's not from Cross Street. How did she know Miss Fog Lady?
Page.
Swan? I suppose you mean Miss Caroline Bartley. We're hoping she'll be our lifesaver.
Mr. Fogg appears behind them, looking rather pale.
Lifesaver?
Exactly so.
There's a curious spark behind Mr. Fogg's eyes. He looks straight ahead as he speaks.
See, my hat friend. We civil servants can actually accomplish a thing or two. We found Miss Bartley, a shining star of Uluru, a talented competitor, and above all, she's an insider.
I need to check something.
She arrived in London days ago, looking for our Fog Lady. She claimed to be an old acquaintance. Some luck, isn't it?
Mid-20th century. Okay, that makes sense. Arthur kind of reminds me of that one guy in Ryashki. Which one, Evgeny?
If she can figure out the connection between her, the Black Fog, and this fiery TB... Oh, speaking of which, that Miss Willow truly has a special name.
What is that supposed to mean?
Heh. What are you laughing at? How long have you been up, mate?
A thought crosses Brimley's mind. His partner has probably hardly slept all week. A burst of glorious vigor illuminates the Fogwalker's face, like sunlight breaking through a gap in the gray sky.
Sleep? Who needs to
Evgeny?
sleep at
I'm
a
thinking
time like
Evgeny,
this?
right?
I'm more than energetic.
Oh, he's in the manic state now.
Better
Let's
than
go.
ever.
This is when you get your best work
Arthur,
done.
you need to
Trust.
get some shut-eye, mate.
Is that what you think? That I'll just go back home for a little rest now? Now of all times? Dead wrong, mate. We've got rounds to make at the London Emergency Relief Centre for special tuberculosis patients.
Okay, I think I know why the name's so long now. He's
Come with me,
completely
my
fucking lost
chapeau
it.
chap. We've got a city to save.
Yeah, he wants to help everyone, but everyone disagrees with him. Actually, though, like he's objectively correct, right? They shouldn't be holding these games, but everyone's just stupid. Both have fog in their name. Bro's definitely on coke. Bro is definitely on coke. Yeah, clearly. I can see why Fog is very, very adamant about clocking out when his work hour's done. Yeah, he's actively doing something instead of leaving it to soldiers. Mr. Fog grabs the hobby horse and forcibly drags Brimley away with him.
Oh, all right. Miss Flutterpage, go find Miss Tooth Fairy, would you? She said your arcane skill might be of some help.
I think it's more just that Fog here actually has things he can do, though, right? Like, he actually has an ability to make things happen. I'm pretty sure Evgeny and Ryashki was just like, yeah, we actually have no more choices left. Like, we will all die here if we don't take their offer. The two of them quickly vanish into the streets.
My arcane skill?
What?
Help? How can I help a witch doctor? Maybe Miss Tooth Fairy will tell me. But where is she? So many people here. I can hardly tell them from one another. Oh, but she has got those golden fairies with her.
See?
Maybe I can see them. Like how Miss Willow taught me.
To control the wind, you need to learn to see it first.
That shot of Flutterpage is adorable.
Only when it's blowing something around, like dust or old paper. But I ain't got nothing like that with me now.
I ain't got
I
nothing.
used all of it when Freddy tried to catch me. Is there anything else I can use?
She scrams through the pale yellow smog, the fluttering Uluru flags informing her of the wind's direction.
Oh, I see it.
The wind picks up, and the flags, along with the people's clothes, start to flutter in the same direction.
What was this wind, eh? Where's it coming from? Oi, me hat!
Oi, me hat.
Please, is there any good Samaritan who can spare a blanket? Oh, God bless you.
The smog dissipates in the wind, and for a brief moment, the air is noticeably clearer in this small corner of the world. Why are they playing this right now? At one of the beds, a little golden fairy is being held by its wings and placed into a patient's mouth.
Miss Tooth Fairy!
Flutterpage, there you are.
There you are. She swiftly closes the patient's mouth, making him swallow her bizarre medicine before walking briskly over to Flutterpage.
What's wrong?
We've got to find a way to clear up the sky.
I mean, she just did it. Just keep doing that. Alright. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. We are back. Mr. Fog is hilarious. I swear he's secretly related to X. He's trying his best, man. Is it me, or is some of the new soundtrack used for this event has some light leitmotif for to the previous Uluru? Maybe? I haven't actually noticed anything. The only things I've noticed about the music is just pretty it's very lighthearted, you know. It feels pretty unique, but they might have like some small parts maybe. Whew. Some like into pea soup, others to the famous Spartan black broth. It's 10:30 in the morning, and even by the window the page cannot be read without a lamp. Press refrain only keeping the windows open for now. On the Thames, visibility is so low that feeding the swans is a hopeless task. Get their multiple calls, but I cannot see. Their wind speed against the smog like warnings to retreat. Hackers suggest fogs like these are unusual for the season. Cases of tuberculosis are on the rise. I lost my place. Oh, well, I have no firm statistics. The overcrowded hospitals and sanatoriums tell its own story. By tea time, visibility has improved slightly. The bus lamps barely pierce the fog. Their faint glow, the only evidence of their passage. Not good. Now my chest is starting to burn too. At the hospital, there's talk of a black fog capable of flattening buildings. Supposedly one hospital is given such a attention. Yeah, fogs don't usually blow up buildings, man. I don't know what to tell you. Black Swan, a self-portrait or reflective depiction of oneself. Oh. The oak door slowly creaks open, the inside air meeting the outside and stirring up a faint mist. She struggles her way through the garden, a brazier in her arms.
It's been near a week.
With every step, her right leg gives out a painful creak. She looks at the half-open window. This week has seen a number of uninvited guests, but not one of them was the one she's been hoping to see. That curious little thing who flutters back and forth like a sparrow.
This is how the world works. I should have known.
Is that creature from the Fantastic Beasts movie? Wait, which one? Huh? She carries out her usual task of clearing out the garden. I also haven't seen Fantastic Beasts, so I don't know. First she gathers dry twigs and leaves to use as kindling. Then she strikes a match, throws it onto the brazier, and waits for the fire to grow. As the fire intensifies, she gathers the trash from around the garden, most of which is flung into her garden by her neighbors, and adds it to the fire.
A dead mouse. Classic. Sure to disgust me.
Willow picks up the decaying mouse carcass and tosses it into the flames, the fire flaring up so fiercely it nearly scorches her eyebrows. In the early years, she would often watch from the window, her dark eyes fixed on the people who passed by.
Rotten apples and eggs from that boring old codger.
Eggs? That shit's expensive,
I suppose
man.
he's down to his last teeth now. Soon enough, the only thing he'll be eating is porridge.
So, there's a similar black fog type monster in the movie. Oh, I see.
He hates porridge.
Every now, the old mansion's doors and windows remain firmly shut. The owner's face hasn't been seen for many years. All the neighbors know is that a fearsome witch lives there. Hey, Zodiac old man, how are you?
By steam. It's a curse. Bumping into ghosts during the Samhain. Curse. Lost everything betting on the ponies.
What if the fog is from the Manus? That's possible. I don't know. I don't think the Manus are the sort to just indiscriminately attack, right? Because they do need followers. And this is really hitting Arcanist quite hard. So I don't know, maybe. Or it could be like a natural thing or something to do with the era. I don't know.
Each and every misfortune must surely be Willow's curse.
Willow's curse. She picks out some garlic from the garbage bin. This simple seasoning can be repurposed as seeds or fertilizer.
Superstitious fools.
The only items that cannot be utilized are the wooden carvings with bizarre symbols on them, rumored to possess the power to ward off demons.
Shysters.
Shysters. demon banishing water is the most clumsy and silly item, but it's also the most manageable to deal with. It's just water. Willow simply lets it be, treating the water poured into her garden as free irrigation.
Brats.
Salt. This is the worst offender. It dehydrates the plants, often killing them outright. It digs up the tainted soil, ready to wash it later.
Oh. Well, now these are new, aren't they? Blood-stained rags. Wonderful.
Well, that's just unhygienic, man.
Sooner or later, they'll all cough their lungs out.
But in Moorpunk, they're literally going to destroy that entire city. Well, technically that's... is that their goal? I don't know if that was a goal. I think it was just... They were working with Kumar. And Kumar wanted to destroy the city for her own reasons. I think they were getting something out of Kumar else, right? Something else, right? This event reminds me of both the 80s and mid-90s kids film, the wide-eyed kid who helps shut in who people don't like, and a group of people try to get their sports. Yeah, it actually does. That's a really good point. Now that you like bring it up, that makes sense. Oh, you know what? It reminds me of Gran Torino, except it's not about a kid and some old dude with a car. Then people dumping stuff on her home. Yeah, they're actually just straight up harassing her. Sooner or later, they'll all cough their lungs out. Click, clack. The stiffness in her right leg is unbearable. Mosquitoes incessantly buzz in her ears. Moments later, Willow's leg gives way and she collapses into a patch of potato flowers. I don't think Menace knew that Kumar was about to do it. Yeah, like I think they were utilizing Kumar for something else, and Kumar just happened to be like, hey, let's fucking nuke this place. Soft, soggy soil. Gran Torino is Yoda. A limp, decomposing body. Gran Torino is a very angry... No, sorry. I'm not... I know what you're talking about. Not the My Hero Gran Torino. I'm talking the movie Gran Torino with Clint Eastwood, because it's very much the same same vibe, right? You got the angry old man, and then the kid who's trying to steal his car or some shit, and then they become friends. She smacks her prosthesis on the knee as if the blow will set the joint back in its rightful place. She grabs the dirt as she fights to get to her feet, struggling. This is a struggle she's long grown used to. Lured by the sound of her strikes, the carbuncles slowly make their way towards her. Damn,
Away with you!
They're gonna eat her. Oh no. You know if you die, your cat'll just straight up eat you. Crazy. The critters scatter, ducking behind the leaves and watching her quietly from a distance. She clutches a vine with one hand, but it only throws her off balance, and she falls to the ground once again.
Horrible.
Kumar said she lied, so okay, that's what it was, yeah. Because I don't think the madness wants to kill people. Like, if it's just humans, fine. But I think they actually want to recruit arcanists. So something that's just indiscriminate in wide area probably isn't their best bet. She's more proficient in the art of balance than almost anyone, yet she also finds it more difficult than anyone to adjust to even the smallest imperfection.
No. I don't need to cast my arcane skills. Stand up. Stand up. You loser, you.
Willow's a bit of a perfectionist, right? It seems. She doesn't want to use the crutch of her arcane skill to make things work.
I need machine lubricant. I suppose I need to buy some.
Cows eating meat, that's normal. I mean, it is, right? They're at least I'm pretty sure cows are, what's the word? Opportunistic carnivores. Well, they'll just eat meat if they can find it. Like, deer will eat birds if they can find them. I just realized in Pup Arena you can play as Menesopia and... Yeah. I saw that part. This time she makes it to her feet.
I can do this.
It's the closest we're ever gonna get to playable Sophia, I swear to God.
Do this. All by myself.
Yeah. Willow strikes me as someone who doesn't accept compromise. Her steps glow clearer, more steady. She grips the delicate... Jesus Christ, I cannot read right now. Holy shit. She grips the delicate metalwork of the gate.
Let's go.
Clack, clack. Her leg clacking like a slow, mournful melody. She steps into the smoggy, somber streets of London. Oh, this is from Uluru. This cutscene, this CG is from the original Uluru. There's a makeship sign on the door. This is trauma maxing, actually, though.
Closed due to illness. Well, the owner has gone to Miss Tooth Fairy for treatment. Please leave your name, order, and address on the list below, and we will deliver it to your home as soon as the owner recovers.
Willow has a lot of issues towards herself. Yeah, that's pretty clear. Because I mean, I imagine the fall from grace was pretty bad, right? Like, all these things she used to be able to do now she can't do. And even if she has a way to make it happen, it's not as good, right? The leg, or using her arcane skill, or whatever. So, she refuses to use it. She picks up the pen and sets it down again without writing a single word.
Tooth Fairy.
Tooth Fairy.
Alright. Then I can find the owner if I go to this Tooth Fairy. Is she some kind of doctor, then? Not that she could treat what ails me, anyway, eh?
Oh, this image from the prologue.
What are
I'm
the
looking for
shops
Regulus.
might
Oh, was this in
carry
Regulus?
saliva
Oh,
and
yes.
lemon
I remember.
snail slime?
Yeah. Right before we actually encounter her. She wraps her cloak tight around her body in an attempt to fend off the cold, damp air.
All this time I could have done this, if only I hadn't relied on others for so long. There must be another store for arcane supplies. But...
Let's... Click, clack, click, clack.
I think I need to lie down.
Just get some WD-40 and slap it on, man. It'll be fine. The cold hues of the night still linger in the morning mist. The Thames has never looked so quiet. Across the river, earth-red flags flutter like burning balls of fire. A smattering of white emergency medical tents are scattered below them. A trampled Uluru qualifier's flyer flows down her feet, brushing against her ankle. She wants to stand up by herself, yet she looks down. Yeah. I think it's because she can't stand up by herself that she looks down on herself. Right?
Sports fanatics.
Like, she should be able to do it, but she
Black
can't
fog.
because, you know, no leg.
Strange tuberculosis.
She doesn't have a leg to stand on.
All these things have nothing to do with me. All I need are my ingredients. Nothing more. I ought to just order what I need as a home delivery. Ask them to leave the package at the entrance of the garden once a week. As for the fees, I'll just have to sell all me old medals.
All my old medals.
That'll be enough to support me until I become a proper hag. Then I can never leave my house till the day I die.
Sounds like a plan, bro.
There's something dark rising up from the water.
Oh, it's coming from the water, huh?
It's nothing special. A bit of old
I know.
rope. Or an old boot. Why can't it be a swan? A black swan here? Really? That's why you ought to go out more often. Else you'll miss these precious moments. A chance to see something special, like a black swan. Look at it. Some creatures are born with these smooth, pitch-black feathers. But it's only under the sunlight that you can see their iridescent shine.
I'm thinking Swan Lake.
That's when all the other animals
Right.
can only look on and feel
I'm assuming this is
themselves
Swan Lake
inferior.
from the point of
They
view
can never
of the
stand out from the
black
crowd in
one.
the same way.
It seems pretty, yeah.
Your
it really is cool.
silence is an answer. I know it. Just as I know every time you lash out and curse, you're cursing your own failure. Walk closer, Charlotte. Why don't we take a better look at it? Look at its gracefully long neck, those magnificent wings, and how it glides across the water. All swans are beautiful, but only the black feathers make it truly stand out. It brings back some memories, don't it? The feeling of being one with the swans and the flow of each step of our dance. We were so close to perfection. All we needed was for you to spread your wings and fly.
Close to perfection.
Fly to Paris, Cairo, Istanbul, and eventually to the Uluru
This is
Rock.
actually like a...
Then it comes
Photo.
to me. and I can
Parts of it look
hold
kind of
it in my
photorealistic.
arms, lift it above my head. This perfect, shining golden medal, standing on the Uluru Rock.
Miss Willow, but what are you doing out here? You've got to move. Black fog is coming straight for you.
Ignore the noise. Eyes on the swan.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
It's only a tacky white swan, covered in soot. How ridiculous it looks now, wearing that false disguise. The poor thing, it must have been covered accidentally.
Miss Willow, why are you looking at that swan? It's dead.
Of course it's dead and gone. That's right. What kind of swan would want to be with something so ugly and stained? Of course it's ended up alone. Died alone. What else were you expecting? You didn't really believe that spread your wings and fly bollocks, did you?
Hello? Can you hear me, Miss Willow?
You ought to thank the black fog for lifting your
Listen to the kid.
illusion. Now you can see it rightly. You're not some special black swan that was born to greatness. You're nothing but...
Miss Willow, you... What's wrong with your leg?
It's
but
gone.
a cripple.
Come back, Flutterpage.
Willow lowers her head to see that Flutterpage is standing at her feet. Tooth Fairy stands a few steps away, calling out to her. Flutterpage gently touches her prosthetic leg, revealing the secret she has been too proud to admit for the last 10 years.
Why? Why didn't you tell me about your...
You're much stronger than I thought, Miss Willow, if you allow me to address you as such.
Leave me be. I'm going home.
I'll walk you home. I got you. Miss Tooth Fairy and I was just chasing after the black fog, but I can walk you home first.
I just want to go home.
Willow uses all her might to turn, but still can't do it with any grace. Her stiff right leg continues to impede her.
I'll go with you.
She stretches out her hand and pulls at Willow's clothes in a clumsy attempt to stop her friend from leaving.
Flutterpage.
Willow swats her hand away.
Huh?
Eh?
Stop following me!
Miss Willow!
I just want to go home!
Flutterpage remains in place, her eyes suddenly filled with tears. Tooth Fairy steps forward and pulls her into a hug. Damn.
I don't want you to follow me.
They look on as Willow shakily walks into the smog, each step grinding away a little more of her dignity. My broken wings, goddamn. We Limbus now. Brunch. This gap, fill it with tangible things like warm hugs and heartfelt embraces.
The floor ritual is one of the most popular events of the Uluru Games. It has a bewitching style that generates a resonance between the dancer and audience. Charlotte was a genius. She was born for it. And God has sent her a coach covered in dark feathers and skilled in ancient Celtic runes.
Let me talk about how cool it was. Super cool.
Coach Raven
Just
taught her the primal witch dance
like
that
the parallels
ignited a fire
between her and
within
the swan.
At least,
Oh yeah.
until that tragedy 10 years ago, which took her leg. Coach Raven had given her a pocket of flower seeds as a reward for all her diligent practicing. It said they were from the druids in the forests of Glastonbury. I guess she planted them around her house and got this garden. Now all these bizarre plants share the same strange air with their owner.
Black Swan turns out it's just a tainted white swan. That's all. Yeah, just like this idea that you think you're special, and then it turns out that you burned yourself out trying to prove it. When it turns out, when really you were just kind of mediocre. Except, I don't think that's actually the case for her, is it? That's just the way she sees herself. I believe this game has used Swan Lake twice now. When was the first time they used it? Or do you mean the soundtrack? The plants in the mansion's garden are all drooping towards the ground. There's a new sense of awareness that wasn't present during Tooth Fairy's last visit. What do you mean? The woman at the door gently shakes her head as Flutterpage crawls around on her knees, searching for bugs among the foliage.
Thank you again for having me over. That's all I have to say about Charlotte.
Charlotte. Flutterpage's head pops out from between the plants.
What's a druid? Is it a place? Do they have canaries and snails there?
A druid isn't a place. It's a title. An identity.
Identity? Oh, like a name. Just like Flutterpage, right?
She quickly falls back into her own musings. Oh, right, I should use this one, like, really? Shit. Oh, right, with, Villa's character story. Excuse me.
Yes, you should be. I don't much enjoy being bothered by stuffed-up bureaucrats.
The accomplished floor ritualist has never been one to hold back her words.
But if you ask me...
I don't know anything about Swan Lake except I know, like, very little about it as well. It just kind of came up to me.
I will tell you that it isn't Charlotte that's summoning the Black Fog.
Like, I'd have to look into it more.
I stand by that. I swear it on all my honor as an Uluru competitor.
Uluru?
We're witches, but not in the traditional sense. We practice witchcraft to win medals instead of summoning devils.
We trust you at
Why
your
not
word.
both? I gotta go to work somewhere else. Alright, have a good day at work, tomorrow.
Into this Fog Hag.
Thanks for popping in.
Thanks again, Miss Bartley.
Miss Tooth Fairy, if you do want to thank me, mind doing me a favor?
Tooth Fairy nods, but Caroline seems to have an unusual hesitation as she deliberates over her choice of words. In the end, she yields.
Please do something. Anything to bring her out of this hole she's dug for herself. Whatever you do, break down her door, drag her out by her hair, even blow up that old mansion. Just don't let her hide in her stupid house. She'll let you inside now. There's no longer any power preventing you. I can sense it.
You know this place well. Have you visited her here before?
Caroline bites her lips, holding back the words on the tip of her tongue. Then she walks away.
I think Miss Bartley wants to come in with us.
Maybe so, but she's made her choice. She doesn't want to join us inside.
You know, Swan Lake, this is the second time they mention it. This is in the Russian one. I hope they've been a bit more. Yeah. That'd be interesting. To have it as an actual self-contained thing.
We still have work to do.
Tooth Fairy shakes the jar in her hand, not containing her usual tooth fairies, but filled with a collection of lanolin stamps.
Whatever you say, Miss Witch Doctor.
Jesus Christ, learn her name, please. The two of them step cautiously into the garden, the soil compacting under their feet. There's nothing left to obstruct their path. At this point, I call this doomed Yuri, actually, though. They step around a few threatening-looking plants as they take the winding road to the creaky door. The fairy goes to knock, but the door swings open the moment her knuckle hits its surface. And they found Willow hanging from the ceiling.
Let's get inside.
Willow sits at the table prepared for one, surrounded by an exorbitant amount of Jesus Christ. By an exorbitant amount of half-finished food. There we go. Aside from that full English she's currently tucking into, there's a Scotch egg, a half-eaten cod and chips, and a steaming apple cucumber. Oh, she's depression eating. Oh no.
To interrupt.
Oh dear. That's about a princess turned into swan by an evil sorcerer's curse. Hey, TTT, welcome back, welcome back. An evil sorcerer's curse. I'm gonna see if I can find parallels to it. Willow casts aside basic manners, neglecting to invite her guest to sit, and cuts herself another piece of sausage. He got the hag. He got the hag. How bad was it? Did he have to go hard?
Diets high in sugar and fatty oils may well lead to stomach illness, Miss O'Hagan.
Oh, yes it will. You get that heartburn and it sucks. She continues to eat her lavish brunch.
I choose the name Tooth Fairy instead of my real name, Campbell. But did you choose to let people call you Willow? Or do you prefer the name Charlotte O'Hagan?
I'm sure that Willow Tree is a symbol of death, yes? Of grief. Right.
That is the name of...
You got the hag about self-pity. Okay, well, hey. But was he on his 50-50 or was he, You know, I should ask him when I raid in. Does crash for silverware interrupts her once more. Then Willow sweeps her arm across the table. Only some randos also went into my house while I was having breakfast. I do this. Exactly, right? Like, why would I give you any courtesy, right? You came into my house.
I think
I
your
didn't invite you.
prescription is a little fuzzy. I'm no athlete. I've only got one leg.
Oh, she is 50. Oh, he won the bid. That's crazy. God damn.
This Charlotte has nothing to do with Willow. Just like I've nothing to do with the Uluru Games.
So far as I know, the Uluru Games do not exclude people with disabilities from full participation.
To be sure, but only if you enjoy parading yourself around for embarrassment. I think I'll pass, thanks.
Oh, she's not even getting mad at the Uluru Games mentioned. She's
Least of all
done,
the
man.
competitors challenging themselves.
She is at rock
That is the
bottom.
point of the Uluru spirit.
Willow rises with great effort, furiously stamping the floor with her prosthesis in the process.
Excuse me? I don't remember having asked you for a running commentary.
Fight. I'm pretty sure they can both throw
You
hands.
already know the answer in your heart. You have wisdom and experience.
I do have depressive episodes and Willow so well. Yeah, I kind of felt that too.
I'm here representing our mutual friend, Flutterpage.
Representative. At the mention of this name, Willow pauses and takes a step back. Drag her
What
kicking and
for?
screaming, actually, though.
I understand that usually the only one welcome inside is Flutterpage, but I'm here to apologize on her behalf.
Seeing people in the video, I'm about to turn into an evil sorcerer myself. God damn. Yeah, send the black fog after him. She places a small jar of snails on the table.
What's this?
They're snails,
Apology
lady.
gift. She ran off a little before sunrise to collect these for you. She collects these arcane creatures you use to make the lubricant for your prosthesis, right?
You should listen to her, Willow, otherwise Tooth might come back and crash a car into your house. You know, that'd be very on brand. Also, why use the snails? Get some machine grease or something.
But she's afraid that you'll get
I had to go
angry
to sleep
at
because
her
too tired for
again.
fun. You're like, oh yeah, have a
So
good
she
night,
asked me to give
TTT.
it
Have a
to
good
you.
rest.
I see. Now I'm the hateful, angry, wicked witch.
She is
No,
goddamn.
you're not. The things that these people say about you, they aren't true. As I mentioned, Flutterpage wanted to apologize because, quote, she didn't want to break your heart. Miss Bartley has told her many things about you. She never knew you're such an outstanding competitor.
Caroline?
Caroline. Oh, that snapped her out of it. Tooth Fairy slowly pushes the jar of snails closer to her.
So, will you accept her gift?
Willow delicately places her fingertips on the jar, neither pushing it away nor taking it.
Ugh, nosy little brat.
Nosy little brat.
Where is she now? In the temporary hospital?
You want to see her?
The witch's features twist like a knot.
Don't push me!
She pulls the snail jar closer to her.
All right, it's my own fault. I shouldn't have treated her that way. That what you wanted to hear, is it?
Is it? She uses snails because it is a representation of her culture. She's a witch, a potion maker, so of course she wants to be responsible for her own treatment. For as long as she can do it okay, that makes sense, actually. Like, yeah, if she's gonna do it, if it's gonna be done, she needs to do it herself. It has to be her, it has to be in her own way, regardless of how impractical that is. Goddamn arcanist, man.
Fine, then. You'll have what you want. Just take me to her.
She's waiting by the door.
What?
Flutterpage cautiously peeks out from the edge of the doorframe, her wide eyes scanning the room for any sign of danger.
Miss Willow.
Don't going normal snails makes sense. They mentioned they are, yeah, they are arcane creatures. At this point, there's no turning back.
Fine. Come on in, then.
Uh-oh. The child is going to cry again. Unable to deal with her emotions, tears well up in Flutterpage's eyes once again.
Stop your crying.
Stop your crying.
Listen,
It is not arcanist, it is being human. Yeah. A very specific kind of
I shouldn't have treated
human.
you so wickedly the last time. And the time before that.
There's a trail about that as well. Oh, okay. I think I might have read it, actually. I was kind of skimming over it. The fairy gives a silent nod.
Now would you stop that crying? At least not here in my...
Her accent's peeking out again. She's upset. Oh, fucking hell. Flutterpage just breaks down. Without a moment's hesitation, Flutterpage charges towards her. Willow's hands open and close like a spider raising its front legs in fear. She's not sure whether she can catch this chaotic bundle of rags.
Oi.
Oi. Bang. She manages to catch her, only to be knocked back to the floor.
I'm sorry. I'm really very sorry. I swear I won't break into your house no more. I'll only come in when you let me.
Tackle.
I'll do anything you ask.
She just bodied her. The lady doesn't have a leg, man. Be careful. She unconsciously looks to Tooth Fairy, only to see that her full attention is directed at the Uluru floor ritual painting on the wall. Willow gently taps the back of Flutterpage's neck through several layers of old clothing.
So, could I
The description of Willow as a spider is hilarious, actually, though, yeah. Willow presses her hand to the girl's mouth, stifling her sobs.
Stop your crying first, lass.
Okay, I'll stop crying.
With a soft push, Flutterpage drifts into the air like a sheet caught in the wind. Even with the removal of Flutterpage's weight, Willow is left on the floor, unable to get up.
Can I help you?
Flutterpage moves closer, reaching out to both hands in line with Willow's. It's surprisingly tactful from Flutterpage. Not a demand, she's asking permission. She takes the offered hand and rises steadily, the sudden gust of wind helping her find her balance.
Enough. Enough. I've had too much of this for one day.
Wholesomeness overload,
Would you
actually,
mind if
yeah.
I politely asked you to leave? You do have a black fog to chase after all, don't you? Just so you know, it truly has nothing to do with me.
Miss O'Hagan.
Call me Willow, child. What else do you want to say?
Would you let the food stay in your tummy for a bit longer? Eat a little more. I don't want you to be so skinny.
Willow pressed Flutterpage's arm from around her waist, gently pushing her back.
All right, now leave me be, please.
Let me be, please. The fairy takes Flutterpage's hand, and as they leave the room, the old house sinks back into silence. There is no sound save for the heavy ticking of the grandfather clock.
She's seen too much of this embarrassing side of me.
This embarrassing side of me. Too much pride, man. That's a problem. For those of you who have played, do you know if there's a good stopping point sometime in the next 3 or 4 chapters? Oh, is this a snail? This is a snail thing, yeah? Bullshit for the best 12 foot saliva, however, is absolutely required. Land on snails, best result. Hairy acrimony and elm leaves, oranges, winter bear paws, by acrimony sea spot, too much salt drastic affects both taste and sleep induction. Olive oil eats tongue, soaked in cold water, petrified resin. Dragon bone for everyday use. Of course I can afford that. I'll just trade up to 50 bottles of regular bone for 1 meager ounce of dragon bone. Why not? Dragons exist. Skinny, damn this child. I can imagine that Willow hasn't been eating well at all in the last decade. What you need are sharp eyes to spot value, a touch of arcane skill, and a talking hat. Raining fish. Can't believe we're not even halfway through this event. The story felt long, but yeah, we've almost completed an arc for Willow, I think.
Like rubber. And the next day, my wife
We're
asked
only
me
8 chapters
why
in.
I ate the cotton she had in her nose.
Jeez.
I said it's because the air was so dirty that I wanted to block up my throat. And she laughed.
11 is a great point for 10. Okay.
Of course. She says it might be better now that I can't shout and holler whenever someone scores.
A burst of static fills the air as the radio owner changes the station.
These are the highest level of professional arcanists. Their abilities lie far beyond the limits of our bodies, our perception, and everything else.
Knock knock.
Arthur, mate, do you know what you're doing?
That tone from Brimley, man.
Be a little louder. May as well let everyone know. A trusted servant of His Majesty's government and his talking hat
This guy is
are hiding
not
out in a pile of
serious.
litter.
Oh, that's
Mother-
what you're worrying about? I guarantee you, no person in their right mind will think that a brilliant mind such as yourself would decide to hide in a rubbish pile pretending to be a potato.
Ha ha. Since when did you become a comedian?
This is
I learned
amazing.
from the best, mate. Once I'm back in Oz, I hope to be awarded the title of Duke of
Oops.
Sydney Slapper.
Oh god, he's got
Not that
points
anyone
too,
gives a toss
motherfucker.
about titles of nobility back home. We've got more important things to worry about in the Redlands down under.
We know there are arcanists who have dragon ancestors. How strange is it to know that your potions of your species are used for potions? Yeah, that is true, right? I suppose you could do it in a more humane way where you just exhume dead dragons, but even still, that's weird, right? That's weird. Though I do know some ancient Chinese, like, folk medicine use corpses, so maybe not that weird. Can't believe this is Oliver Fox's dad, and you know why Oliver's like that. I love the chemistry. Yeah, this man is, I'm concerned. I am concerned for him. Not that anyone gives a toss about titles and nobility back home. We got more important than
You know, Brimley, old chap, you don't have to be a duke to be above people. All you need is someone tall enough to wear you on his head.
Damn.
Bloody oath, mate. Like I'd let anyone pop me on their head. I'm an intelligent being, not a bloody accessory.
Oh, I think Flutterpage was wearing you earlier. A small monocular appears out from among the garbage.
Look at that sailor over there. See the ropes in his hand? That right there is presently the most valuable material in all of London to me.
Right, a bit of rope. And what about it, mate?
What about it, mate?
It's essential that I have it for my invention. We'll just wait for him to throw the ropes into the pile here, and then we'll be off.
Brother, just ask him for the rope. Give him money. He'll give you the rope.
Closer. Closer. Ready now. He's nearly here.
This is not a serious man.
It's no longer useful to you, son. Just throw it down.
A bowl of freshly extracted fish guts is poured over him. Oliver said he liked to make jokes. I don't think he was joking. At this point, I don't think those were jokes. I think he was being serious, and Oliver just assumed they were
There's a lot of
jokes.
good that's come of being awakened. I treasure all the adventures we've shared. But I'll tell you right now, I wouldn't have awakened if I knew I'd end up in a rubbish bin covered in fish guts.
Just a little mistake. Just a little mistake.
What are all these for, exactly?
Mr. Fogg gestures for Brimley to come closer, then, with a proud whoosh, opens a large sack he's been filling over the last 3 days.
These are my collections so far. A klaxon, a watering can, a fishbowl.
This guy's gone mad. It's so over for him.
A chamber pot?
Despite his lack of facial features, Mr. Fogg can sense Brimley's disdain. Did they still use chamber pots in 1930?
Mate. You're the fog walker.
No, right?
Aren't
No
you
way.
ashamed of hiding in rubbish, stealing old junk?
Those are harsh words to be said by an awakened, actually. Yeah.
Old chap.
I don't want to be
Every piece here will
awakened,
be invaluable
not because
to
of
our
this. Mr. Fogg's face hardens as he turns his gaze towards Brimley.
Each one is a necessary component for my invention.
What is your invention?
Your invention?
For... Ahoy, sailor! You over there, please wait!
Mr. Fogg's attention is clearly still fixed on the sailor.
Would you mind terribly leaving us those old ropes you've got there?
Good lord, he's bound for the sanitarium at this rate.
What in the world, man? Oh, this is from the previous Uluru as well.
Move along. No
The rugby
pushing.
match.
Everyone will have their chance to vote for their favourite competitor.
Favorite competitor.
Oi, Sweeney, you only pushed me out of the queue. Good bloody job, mate.
I'm voting for number 007, Molson.
007, huh?
Molson, the first timer.
Just do that. Exactly. Just ask the man. Pay him if you need to.
005 Barley, she's the top seed.
Bartley. Oh, that's Caroline. That was her name, right, Caroline? The alley is full of stalls for the Uluru qualifiers. A crowd of people's gathered, their faces painted with Uluru symbols in anticipation of the event.
3 days to the qualifiers. Vote while you still can. Blah. Oi. You over there with the black brolly. Come on over and vote for the winner. Oi, mister, stop your pushing.
Oh, gross.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
He's still covered in fish guts.
Sorry, mate, we're on patrol.
Sir, we have a situation over there.
Let's follow them.
Now introducing the competitors for the Uluru London qualifiers.
Bartley! Bartley! Bartley!
Oi, who pushed me?
Oh, who pushed me?
Might just step, will ya?
Me? Was you that pushed me, weren't it? You should be the one minding your own feet.
Arthur, I think we're only making things worse trying to move through this crowd.
Looks like we found our troublemakers. What do we do?
Keep up with them and bring him in.
Yes, sir.
Program activated.
Fog is like a big high up government official, man. Like what the hell? Just
Loading. Charging.
Please, allow me.
The light that illuminates all. And now to return to my long-term mission.
Arthur, next time, don't get me involved. I think I'm feeling sick.
where do you even throw up from, bro?
But he gave us the rope after all.
As Fog grins as he looks at the small length of rope in his hand.
Stop right there!
Let him have his little adventure. Oh man, I don't know, man. He turns his head there, and there,
Seems you
standing
two
behind
rough
him.
sleepers are wanted in connection with a fight breaking out on Cross
Two.
Street. I'll ask you to come quietly and cooperate.
Okay, now is the time to flash your badge, bro.
Mate, say something.
Wonderful. Now I have everything I need for my experiment. The properties of this sea-worn rope should be able to conduct the large particles into the purification vessels.
Mate, shut your gob for a minute and listen.
Yes, perfection. But how to measure and screen the
He's
size
building
of
an
the
air
particle?
purifier. A magic air
We will
purifier.
need more sophisticated equipment. Huh? Why am I being handcuffed?
This guy.
Because you're being placed under arrest, sir.
The moment the two constables draw near, they freeze in place.
Wait a second.
Wait a second. Their eyes widen.
Mr. Fogg, is that you?
Bloody hell! Are you seriously telling me you recognize Fog before me? How many talking hats do you know?
Actually,
Terribly sorry, gentlemen. I might not have recognized you through all this fog, were it not for that iconic umbrella of yours.
Oh, naturally. Just as I've somehow failed to recognize the two ignoramuses that tried to handcuff a hat.
Alright, I like Brimley. He's kind of funny. The shorter constable gives a series of subtle eye signals to the other.
We're sorry again, Mr. Fogwalker and Mr. Brimley. But we do need to ask you some questions. What with you running around, disturbing the peace, and nicking all these strange things you've got there?
Oh, I didn't steal anything. This is all just rubbish, and it's for official business. I'm going to lift the fog from London.
He's sounding like a crazy person. He's actually just sounding like a crazy person. The two constables pause for a moment before their faces break into awkwardly sardonic smiles. Talking hat is offended.
I see. All just a terrible misunderstanding, then. Naturally, a bit of old rope, a car horn, unmistakably the latest
Just walk
in
away.
technology.
Bro, just take your friend and walk away. Just
Anyway,
leave.
mates,
It's not
lest
worth
we
it.
let you
Just go.
You've got a city
Yes.
to save.
Yes, that was the
We'll be
correct.
off now.
That was the correct choice. My God. With the handcuffs removed, Brimley takes a moment to stretch.
Glad that's over. I'm no fan of
Where did they
handcuffs.
cuff it? Where did
I
the
don't have
cuffs
any
go?
hands.
A little quiet, old chap. I'm just in the middle of a thought. How might I assemble it?
I'm sorry, mister, but I just heard
Oh,
what
child,
happened.
she's gonna die.
Huh?
Huh?
Neither one of them had noticed a little girl who had appeared before them. She looks only half as old as Flutterpage.
Did you say lifting the fog, mister? Are you really going to get rid of the big, scary fog monster?
She blinks, her eyes bright and sparkling as she stares at Mr. Fogg like a little goldfish in a tank.
Will that mean you can cure my mummy?
Nah, your mom's dead, bro.
And bring back the blue sky?
Asking too many questions, yeah, actually. Only got
Right.
glances at Mr. Fogg. When no one responds, the little girl grows anxious.
And then we can still have the Uluru Games, right?
Just leave. Her eyes dart back and forth between Brimley and Mr. Fogg, looking for any trace of comfort.
My mummy said if the fog keeps sticking around, making people sick, then the games won't come.
A faint sob starts to creep into her voice. Mr. Fogg crouches down and shakes his sack of treasures, spreading them out on the ground.
Mate, this really isn't the time or place.
I think the horse on Brimley is innocent Mason. Very cute. He just
Probe, a spoon, and a spool of weathered rope.
he's just, you know, he's fully committing to the bit, man.
Perhaps using a large
Why does he have jumper cables in there?
or a baby's bathtub.
He furrows his brow, a sword in the task at hand. The girl gets on her knees as she leans in to get a closer look.
It will still need a touch of the miraculous.
He gently blows into the base of the glass vessel. There's this crackling sound as a few sparks of light flash briefly in the glass container. Before long, a tiny steady light is glowing within.
Voila!
Voila.
It's breathing.
The machine hums as it draws in air, filters it, and releases it through the other side.
Yes!
It's an air purifier. He made an air purifier.
The Uluru qualifiers will not just be fog-free, my little friend. They will be sunny. But I'll need some help. Would you and your friends join me in this project, young lady?
It is more than just an air purifier. It's a magic air purifier, yeah.
Yes, I'll help. I'll ask my grandpa, my mummy, and Auntie Martha to help too.
The more the merrier. We are going to build the largest fog purification machine on Earth. The London Air Pollution Auto Detect Cleaner.
That just looks like a great honking big vacuum to me, mate.
Mate.
Thulis, Sulis, all life's offerings I bring, as sacrifice to you from the growing spring. The light will sprout within the world's egg lay. Your endless quest brings parents' joyful day.
Parents' joyful day.
What are you, a parrot?
After hanging in the upside-down pose of her ribbon ends for an hour, Willow finally decides to break the silence.
Fine. Keep on then. Annoy an old woman to death if you like.
Old woman, god damn it, Willow.
Another bad
Please
mood,
don't do this to me.
Willow. This one's your worst this week. I counted it up. Every 32 hours. Steady as a clock. You start scolding me, scolding the plants, the ants, even flowers.
I thought we'd agreed. No more peeking round my house without permission.
Yeah, but you didn't kick me out, did you? And you gave me some rye bread and lemon jam. Don't quite know why you keep trying to act the big meanie, Miss Willow. I know you're a softie now, deep down.
Yeah. It's over, Willow. You can't keep it up anymore. The ribbon suspending Willow finally gives away, sending her quickly to the ground. It's not hard to figure out how it works if you know magic and technology combined. Yeah. It's some arcanum stuff.
Oh, it hurts.
She lost her other leg. A distant voice reaches her. The corner of Willow's mouth twitches.
Hello again, Miss Swan.
Miss Swan. A blonde woman stands on the other side of the garden fence, her face half covered by the curled stems of a carnivorous plant. Oh boy. How far in are we? Let's see. 9. Alright, we'll go to 10. Yeah, I think we can make it 10. Probably. You will always count on someone to be there for you, waiting to support you. It's Hex Tech. Oh god. Oh no. That doesn't end well.
Be careful. Now you can spit it out. Right.
Oh, Christ. Oh. Vomit plunges into a bucket. Tooth Fairy doesn't spare it a second thought.
That's the 5th one today. I added a bit of powder into the candy to loosen up their phlegm. It should help them breathe a little easier.
Thank you so much, Doctor. We really had no idea what to do with this new variant of tuberculosis. You and the Foundation have been a real asset to us.
You're welcome. This is a matter of vital health for all of us. I'm very glad to see the treatment is proving effective. And I hope that our clinical experience here might contribute to solving this fog curse as well.
All I'm hoping for is for this mess to end soon, so we can go watch the games together.
Watch the games
Really?
together.
So the staff here are fans of the Uluru games as well?
Not just the staff. Everyone here loves a bit of sport. We're always listening to the broadcasts over the radio down in the ward. It's all quite motivating. Sometimes we even get the patients out onto the commons to practice. Something about the coming of a big sporting event always brings people together.
That's all very good to hear. But actually, it was this poster that grabbed my attention.
She points to the small poster pinned beside the bed. Picture's faded. It's too difficult to make out the face of the athlete.
That's her.
The Fog Witch.
Gorgeous, isn't she?
May I ask who she is?
She happens to be this patient's favorite competitor of all time. She collected all of her posters and clippings. She even keeps a few photos of her as a bookmark, and in her purse.
That's,
Her favorite ritualist.
Looks like you haven't had a proper guest in ages. Have you forgotten how to make a cup of tea?
You like to presume, don't you? So
Fight.
why are you here then? Just to enjoy the sound of a door slamming in your face?
Oh, how terrible of me for wanting to visit an old friend.
So then, Miss Bartley, you came all the way down from Yorkshire just to gawk at an old rival? I should feel lucky, should I? Truth is, I don't care to chatter about with you. Not now, not ever. So you can just turn around and march yourself home. Flutterpage, back to business.
After glancing at Caroline, Willow turns and gives Flutterpage a look. But Flutterpage is too busy staring at Caroline, her face vacant.
Why'd you send her away like that? She just wants to practice with you. She likes you.
Focus on your stopwatch. On the count of 3. No time to waste.
She's still there.
She's none of our concern.
And you ain't seen each other in a long time. Bet she misses you a lot.
For Pete's sake, Buzzy. No one does
Buzzy.
something like that just out of the goodness of their own heart. She has her reasons.
Flutterpage obediently closes her mouth, but can't help herself from giving Caroline a reluctant glance.
Charlotte, you know she's right. I have missed you. I want to see you. But if you really want to know the reason, I want to challenge you again.
Damn, she's here to kick her while she's down.
Do you?
Yeah, challenge the person who hasn't practiced in years.
Do you know her?
Charlotte O'Hagan.
Oh, right. That's the name. Truth is, if it weren't for our little patient, I doubt I'd remember her. Most people think she's too old to compete now, that she's retired to God
She's
knows
25.
where. Others say she's become an addict, wasting her life away. I guess I heard in the gossip rags that some people think she's keeled over and died. Too bad for this young lady, but I doubt we'll ever see her in the games again.
Mechanism copies the power of the
Wherever
arcanist
she
and puts
is.
their power into it like a floppy disk.
She's like us not
Oh.
to lose, even if she did compete.
Well, that's interesting. So it's like an amplifier of sorts, huh?
You just want to announce to the world you've beat me, eh? Think that'll be a fair challenge, do ya?
Do ya?
Perhaps you ought to find someone a little more your speed. Someone who's still in one piece. Again, Miss Bartley. Please turn around. I haven't any sort of tea you'd like.
1999 H dice again. Yeah, actually, though. She is younger than me, man. You can't be calling yourself old like that.
You have changed, haven't you, Charlotte?
Oh, what'd she get hit by? With a brief moment of surprise, Caroline throws a ribbon at Willow. The ribbon lashes fiercely, grazing the side of Willow's body before shooting past her.
What the blazes are you doing?
The blazes are you doing?
What?
Eh? Caroline pulls the ribbon back towards her, the cup landing squarely in her hand. She stands there calmly, her eyes still on Willow.
You just said you don't have any tea I'd like, but I think this one is just to my taste.
Wow, Miss Willow, that ribbon is amazing. It can go from long to short in a second.
Aye. A little toss of the ribbon to take control of an object at a distance of 10 meters. Catch an object after a turn. You did it. Well done. But your aesthetics were lazy. You're controlling the angle of your left shoulder, which is good, but it only means you're compensating for your poor stance.
Damn. Past 25 is already old for several of us. Yeah, for like reaction
What
times
then?
and stuff, yeah.
Are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
expecting me to say thank you?
If anything, I feel like Caroline is the person most likely able to drag Willow.
Thank
Yeah, because she's a
yourself
direct
for all
competition,
that
right?
hard practice you
If
must
there's
have done
anything that's
over
going to stoke
all
a fire,
those
it's going to be
years.
her.
You're almost good enough now.
Welcome to the world of Olympic level
Almost.
athletes, yeah.
Keep the cup.
Oh, you're over 20, get
Let's
fucked.
go
It's
back
over
to
for
our
you.
timing, Flutterpage.
All right. Goodbye, Miss Swan.
For a moment, Caroline stands there motionlessly, cup in hand. Then, she gradually lowers her eyes, placing the cup on the fence post and turns to walk away. She has barely walked a few steps when Willow's voice reaches her from behind, not loud, but clear.
Oh, by the by,
Well,
the ribbon technique you just did. I know you learnt it from me. From my performance at the Beltane exhibition match. Am I right?
uh-oh. Fight. The tone of her voice makes it almost impossible to simply walk away.
Excuse me? Each and every move, you copied it from my routine, right down to the ribbon.
What?
Oh no.
Miss Swan, your face is all red, like my daddy's face when he reads a funny joke in his punch books.
Me? Learnt from you?
You were taunting me right in front of my face, with my own routine. The very innovator that made it. I suppose it was just an attempt to win my approval, was it?
You really think that, don't you?
But I'm afraid you're not different than when we last competed, Caroline. Aye, you're diligent, but you were never graceful enough.
God
That's what holds you back
damn,
from glory
man.
and floor ritual. Your aesthetic sensibility, it's all you've ever needed. But you still don't have it, do you now?
Willow is not letting up. She is going for the throat. What the hell? Flutterpage is raw savage lover. She doesn't even know what she's just saying, man. Flutter just says things and it destroys people.
Not unless you find your own way to express your pneuma and your own signature.
There's Numa again. Shame and regret slowly creep across Caroline's face as she struggles to contain her anger. Then it bursts forth. Fight!
You really are full of yourself, aren't you, Charlotte?
Very spicy. Very spicy, Autumn. Hell yeah.
Do you know how many titles I've won at the international tournaments?
They're about to go at it.
Ritual Open,
Hell yeah, let's do it.
The Aurora Cup World Championship, and many others, let alone Uluru itself.
The throat would be nice and be quick. Yeah, there's no mercy here. It's a slow death.
Long surpassed yours. I am the uncontested top seed in these games. The records of my skills, my own skills, are in the training manuals for new witches. Do you even know anything about the state of the competition these days? The rules and scoring systems are entirely different and higher in every way. The limits you once broke through are now considered standard for beginners. Ha! But indeed, I learnt it all from you. Face it. You've been left behind. You're no longer the model of perfection. You're just a shooting star that shined too briefly but eventually fell away. I am the rising sun. My name will be eternal in this sport, long after yours is forgotten.
Why are athletes like this, man? Damn, that's a lot of ego. Willow smiles, her back turned to Caroline.
So be it. Go on. Be the glorious sun. And leave this fading star alone.
Caroline stands in shock as a couple of doves take flight, leaving behind a few drifting feathers.
Aunt Martha!
Oh, Martha mentioned.
Lisa, you're back. We were just talking about you.
About me? What about me?
About your dream and your favorite competitor.
Oh. Oh, you mean Charlotte O'Hagan?
Yes, we...
That's great, but Mr. Fogg needs us for a project. He says we can still have the games if we all work together. Then maybe everyone will be able to attend the qualifiers. Maybe even Charlotte O'Hagan.
A project?
What sort of project?
The girl's cries draw the attention of everyone in the hospital, creating a buzz of confusion.
Give me a break. What are they planning to do this time? Another useless bill that won't pass the House of Lords?
Sorry for interrupting. Did I hear you mention Mr. Fogg?
Yes, Mr. Fogg. He said he's making something that will lift all the fog from London. It's his great invention. With everyone's help, we can build a huge machine. But he says we'll need lots and lots of things, such as, pistons for the mechanic lung, and...
Calm, steady footsteps grow nearer, and a large hand tussles the little girl's hair.
I'll take it over from here. Thank you, Lisa.
Mr. Fogg!
Mr. Fogg?
Alright, last chapter for the night. Let's do it. I'm like losing focus. I'm not gonna lie to you. An aged, delicate newspaper ran in the distant warm past. Revisit the past. In a stunning performance at the Willow Games Propeller Show event, 11-year-old Charlotte O'Hagan, she was 11 at the time? Jesus Christ. The geranium dance has been now put on her this week. Your champion also broke a 2-century-old record, making her the youngest winner in the event's documented history, with the previous record being set in 1802 by Greenfingered Anna, who was 13 at the time. The O'Hagan lineage is steeped in the traditions of ritualistic arcane skills. Charlotte's great-grandfather, Douglas O'Hagan, who famously once entered the Hidden Stone Gate at the Giant's Causeway, An author of the arcane text, the gate of all gates, rituals of unlocking and summoning. Okay. And that kid is the urgent the air purifier used today. You're doing the right thing. Don't play it on one go. Yeah, I wanted to get through at least half of it at least tonight. So 20 nodes, then we're at 10. Easy peasy. How far in did you get, Autumn? What part did you decide to stop on? Drip.
Miss Willow, I think the water's been shut off.
Damn, didn't pay
I
her bill.
opened it all the way, but nothing's coming out.
Flutterpage tilts her head as she brings it in close and sticks her little finger into the faucet, feeling only a few drips of water. Drip. Dangling in midair, Willow wipes the beads of sweat from her face. I made a very bad choice. Oh no, what did you do?
And ask the
What
staff
happened?
What's going on? If they're not there, they're probably at the gin barrel.
I know you want me to leave, but how are you going to track the time and school without me?
Drip.
With a heart that's pure and a body lean, to the hunt I go through forest green.
Oh, it's the Apeiron soundtrack. Hell yeah. Her wand unexpectedly slips from her left hand and plummets to the floor.
Back. Pick it up and keep going, Charlotte.
Back.
The movement's correct. First spin, then run the geranium over the shoulder, let it slide down the back, and as it falls to the ground, step on it to hop into the air. Then, Soulless, all life's offerings I bring as sacrifice to you from the growing spring. Ugh, this is all wrong.
She halts, wrinkling her brow.
The flow needs to be smoother. All right, let's try this again. The sprouting light within the world's egg lays.
She gracefully descends from the air, her mechanical prosthesis squeaking softly as she lands.
Hooray! You did it!
Hooray.
This element requires a 720-degree turn. I haven't even made it to 600.
Legend has it that an Irish giant named Finn McCool created a causeway to get across the Irish sea to face a rival, the Scottish giant Benidorm. Finn McCool. Oh, I know him. He's in Grand Orchard.
Oh.
He's the dude with the drill.
Once more from the beginning.
Drip.
Your endless quest brings parents joyful days.
Thud. Her body has collapsed on this rotted wood floor countless times today, and with the setting sun, each fall feels heavier than the last. We love Flutterpage. Yeah, look at her, man. Just look at her. I played the entire event. It was really exhausting. Jesus Christ, dude. How long did it take? Like 6 hours? Because we're only halfway through. It's almost 3 hours now. Following their fearsome meeting, Ben and Donner ripped up the causeway as he fled back to London, leaving what you see. Oh, I see. So it's like a path-ish.
How about this time?
I did it.
You did what?
I completed the element. I did it.
Blimey!
Blimey.
So you mean you did that move you've always talked about?
A 2.5 turn with free leg backwards and upwards. Wand throw and catch.
Does that mean you can complete the ritual too?
Yes.
Willow examines the geranium in her hand, the tender pink leaves quietly resting in her palm. You're seeing that her family found the hidden path, the causeway, yeah. I also did the entire event in one sitting too, lost sleep as well. Jesus Christ. I mean, the event is really cool, but like after a certain point, you're just going through it, right? Like eventually it's just like, oh god, I just need to get this done. No, I'm gonna stop after this note. I'm exhausted. Not a single petal has fallen or been harmed in any way.
All right. That's enough for today.
Hmm?
It's supper time. Your mother must be waiting for you to come home with beef stew, fried fish, and bread.
But why? You usually train for about 3 more hours.
Not today. I need a break. Ah, I'm totally exhausted.
She just needs Flutterpage to not be here to mess things up. Flutterpage stays exactly where she is, showing no desire to move.
Why are you still standing there? Do I need to get His Majesty's limousine to pick you up?
Oh, I get it. If I don't leave now, the critters in the garden will bite my ears.
She mumbles on to herself as she quickly makes her way to the door.
Good. I won't see you off.
A gust of wind blows in through the door as Flutterpage makes her exit. With a flick of Willow's wand, she slams it shut behind her. The room settles back into its muted, oppressive stillness. Drip, drip, drip. Willow steps into the pale, yellow light of the kitchen and shuts the door behind her.
Bloody. Filthy little stain. Whoever gave you permission to stick to my cauldron?
Why are we in India? Willow sits beside the sink, absorbed in cleaning her cauldron.
Look at me. I have a whole sink of dishes that haven't been washed. And here I am, fighting a little stain on a cauldron. I did ask Buzzy to visit the water resource office. Hopefully it didn't slip her mind. If she even knows how to use it. Never mind. I can clean it off without water.
Willow's house. We're fighting the cauldron.
Release rather than resist.
What are these, man? So does every time a ritual fails, she just makes random monstrosities? Goo on the loose. Useless goo.
Loading, charging.
That's been gold ass out. Actually, yeah. Like, this place has to be festering with goddamn everything.
Now, to preserve this memory in our dreams.
Got it. It's off. You stubborn little thing. Everyone loathes you. Avoids you like the plague. You're just a pathetic...
Yeah, she's not talking about the stain anymore.
Stain, clinging to what you can.
The description says they're all... So, okay, so they're all failed experiments,
You have no shame. To sully the sacred floor with your artificial leg.
It's still the
So what
self-doubt.
if you finish the element? It won't bring back your leg. Without it, you're no different from a clown. How could you possibly compete again? You're not qualified. No.
Qualified.
I'm not. All the money I spent on this leg. All the efforts I made to finish the ritual. They're utterly
Self-loathing mode,
pointless.
let's go, yeah. She felt fast after Flutterpage left.
When was the last time I ate dessert? Or even a chip, for that matter. Year after year, I've trained harder than the last to make up for my leg. But what's the point?
God damn, Willow. Well, yeah, Willow. She flings the scrubbing brush into the cauldron and her heavy breathing gradually slows down.
Forget it. Everything will be all right. Just give up. Stop thinking about it. Stop hoping. Don't look back or ahead.
And you can't be disappointed if you don't expect things, right? Beneath the dim light, Willow raises her now sparkling clean cauldron to eye level.
See how clean it is now?
Stop clinging to places where you don't belong. The world is perfect without you.
The rusted faucet suddenly sputters out a blast of water. It splashes across the counter, startling Willow. Willow leaps back with the reflexes of a true athlete. Her gaze quickly follows on the piece of paper on the table.
No!
She dashes forward, snatching the paper away from the raging spray of water. It's a registration form for the Uluru London qualifiers. Hands clutching the form begin to tremble. Before long, the tremors have engulfed her entire body.
Still intact. Still intact.
Yep. Yeah. Caroline stands at the center of the sports field in her training gear, feeling the fiery pulse of the ground beneath her feet.
Hey!
Boy.
Oh! Miss Bartley! I finally found you!
Flutterpage, is that you? I can hardly open my eyes in all this wind. Where are you?
I'm right here!
The wind subsides as Flutterpage makes a hurried landing, nearly losing her balance.
You've been looking for me, have you? How did you find me?
I knew where you were staying in London, but you wasn't there when I arrived. Then, the landlady Erica told me to try the training field. Looks like she was right.
She was. I've been training here every day. You know, to settle in before the event.
Good luck then. Actually, I've come here to deliver a very important and urgent letter to you. Here.
A letter of challenge?
She kind of bad, though. I mean, yeah, look at her. Elliot. A letter of challenge. The bold, crooked letters scrawled across the top proudly proclaim the letter's importance.
I, Liberty Grove, on behalf of Charlotte O'Hagan, hereby challenge Caroline Bartley to see who will become the champion of the floor ritual in the Uluru Games. No matter if you're a seeded player, a champion, or the son you say you are, Charlotte O'Hagan, the only floor ritualist to master the 2.5 turn with freed leg backwards and upwards, 1 throw and catch, will defeat you and win first place in the London qualifiers.
What? You mean?
Bets on if that was actually Willow. It was not Willow. Then again, Flutterpage is basically illiterate, right? So maybe it was her. Holy. Yeah, damn. These chapters are long, man. Okay, I'm very much looking forward to how the rest of this goes. I'm gonna cut it here for tonight. We're probably gonna do it tomorrow. Depends on if my throat's feeling better or not. But yeah, I would like to finish it by tomorrow night. If we are doing it tomorrow night, it's going to be later than usual by maybe an hour or so. We'll see. What's that look for? But yeah, that'll be it. Let me see if I can figure out how to do things. Go here. Jesus Christ. I have no idea how YouTube redirects work, man. Hang on. Alright, see you next time. I'm gonna, yeah. If you, take care. Yeah, take care, everybody. I'm just trying to figure something out here. So this. Oh, I think I figured it out.
The puppy expressed his lasting loneliness.
There we
He
go.
may require some adequate physical reassurance.
Okay, so I think the way this works is that when the stream ends, which will be soon, it should just redirect you. So, yeah, okay, cool. Thank you everybody for coming in. Autumn, thank you for coming in. It's always nice to see you. If any of you all haven't checked out Autumn, he does reverse and other stuff too. So check him out. He's pretty cool. Yeah, that's it for tonight. Good night. Bye bye.